You are looking live at a sold-out Big House, and there have been thousands of players to suit up in this great rivalry, one that stays with you for a lifetime, whether you're a walk-on, an All-American, or you wind up becoming the GOAT.
Two states, two schools. Their stories, their histories align forever. An unshakable intent.
Going to Ohio State.
A commitment that doesn't fade. It only grows stronger. A blood oath. Scarlet and gray. Maize and blue. A bond first formed with teenage teammates and campus classmates. A chemistry as strong as a 10-yard chain. Forever.
That's the first thing they teach you coming on campus here. It's a real hatred.
It's always there, looming, motivating, waiting.
Every second, every day, I think about beating that team up north.
Every cold November, the Big Ten braces for a meeting of football royalty. A big game played with a bigger grudge.
To say there's bad blood between these two schools is an understatement.
Ann Arbor and Columbus, separated by just 190 miles. A line clear as day, drawn in the sand.
It's no love lost, it's nasty, and it's personal.
Touchdown, Wolverine!
Each powerhouse with a tradition of touchdowns scored in tormenting pressure.
Touchdown! Wow!
As it's been forever.
Ohio State wins!
There are great rivalries at every level, across every sport, all over the world. This game, the game, shares the stage with no one.
It's beyond a bowl game, a playoff game. It's the greatest rivalry of all.
So which color are you gonna wear? Better choose wisely, because the choice you make is forever.
I've been a Buckeye since I was born.
Today in the Big House, a cathedral where dreams of championship rings and bronze trophies come true.
Go blue!
More than 100,000 diehards on their feet. Undefeated versus undefeated.
Touchdown, Bucks!
This year.
Marvin Harrison.
Blake Coral!
Yesteryear.
Set of the century.
Forever.
They're the oldest Big Ten rivals going.
Ohio State, Michigan. On Fox.
Pretty good read by the GOAT, huh? Not bad, Tom, not bad. Ryan Day has a top-2 defense nationally, the #1 wideout in the game. Will that be enough to even his record up against Michigan? Due to a knee injury, Blake Corum only really made a cameo in last year's edition of The Game. For the first time in his career, he is healthy for Ohio State week as he seeks to celebrate his 23rd birthday with the Big Ten East title. There is Kyle McCord, who sits just minutes away from his first career start against Michigan in The Game. We are under 11 minutes away from kickoff between #2 and #3. Delivery to kickoff, sponsored by Wendy's. For a burger that delivers, transfer to Wendy's. Low 30s right now, clouds moving in. They're expecting a high of 36 on this beautiful Southeast Michigan day as we close in on the 119th edition of a rivalry that began back in 1897 with a 34-0 win by the guys in winged helmets. We welcome you back inside the Big House. Rob Stone, Brady Quinn, Mark Ingram, Matt Leinart, Charles Woodson, Urban Meyer back here with you. Coach, you are 7-0 in this game. We sit just minutes away from the teams running out onto the field and kicking things off. What's going on in that locker room up there?
Well, I'm looking at these 4 great players. Every player handles it different. I'm so jacked for this right now. You're about numb in there right now. You're staring at your play sheets. Some players have headsets on, and then the strength coach says, 5 minutes. And that means, oh, man, we're on. And everybody grabs a hand. And I would always tell them, first, embrace this moment because the whole world's watching. And then you say this, do this for your family. Do this for the great state of Ohio, but most importantly, do this for yourselves, for each other. And then grab a hand, and here we go, 1, 2, 3. showtime, baby, and it's on.
Yeah.
I'm jacked, bro.
Hey, I'm jacked up too, man. I can't wait. And I think that there's going to be pressure today. And we keep talking about Jim Harbaugh and him not being on the sideline. But for me, the pressure's really on Ryan Day. When you think about it, the last 2 times these teams have played, he's gotten beaten by Michigan, and he's gotten beaten convincingly. And so we talk about the situational football. You talk about it. You talked about that link with Sharon Moore being the interim coach and him being the situational football and what calls he makes. Well, here today, Ryan Day is going against an interim coach. How does that affect him and his play calling, 4th and 1 situations, managing the clock, timeouts, and those sorts of things? So Ryan Day today is going to have his best coaching job, because people outside of this rivalry, they don't think you get fired behind this game. Oh, you win 10, 11 games a year. How could he get fired? No. You get fired behind this game. So pressure's on Ryan Day and Ohio State.
I'm looking at J.J. McCarthy today. I think he has to get back to playing at the high level he was early in the season. He obviously got hobbled in Penn State the last 2 games. Hasn't thrown a touchdown in a month. He has today. It's important for him to affect the game with his legs, extend plays, to push the ball downfield. If McCarthy plays how he's capable of playing, Michigan will have success today.
We'll be curious to see how healthy he's going to be. But guys, the best player on the field is Marvin Harrison Jr. And how Michigan decides to play him will largely dictate what happens in this game. Big-time games, him down to big-time players. Sure. He's part of that. But I think coupled with TreVeyon Henderson in the running game, that's the predicament for Michigan in this one. And that's what I'm most looking forward to seeing.
I think the pressure falls not only on Ryan Day, but Ohio State's defense. We've seen it all show. Their ability to slow down Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards is going to be paramount today, especially at the end of the game. And then last year, they can't give up the explosive plays in this game. 5 touchdowns of 45 yards or more they gave up last year. They can't do that. They're going to get beat again today.
You know, a real quick thing about Jim Harbaugh's not here. What are they going to miss? The obvious 4th downs, whether to go for 2 or not. But the other is that coming out part of the field. That's the head coach's decision. Do you take a shot or not? So they'll miss him. But Sharon Moore's got to make those decisions now.
Again, Coach Harbaugh at home watching this game as he wraps up his 3-game suspension. After 8 straight wins in this series, the Buckeyes have dropped 2 in a row for the first time in 5 years, though. It's Michigan favored over number 2 Ohio State today. Who do you like?
I've got the Buckeyes. I got the Buckeyes 30-27. I think this team is better built to face this Michigan team from what we've seen the past 2 years. The playmaking ability, those big plays, they come from Harrison Jr. and TreVeyon Henderson today.
I got the Wolverines at home, 27-24. I think the physicality, they're a little bit more healthy. J.J. McCarthy, the offensive line, the physicality, the health. I got Michigan today at home.
Charles, I'm rolling with their blue. Michigan Wolverines 31-28. Michigan versus everybody, man.
Yeah,
the train keeps going today. That's it.
Hey, look, I got a healthy respect for the Buckeyes. This is going to be a tough game, but I got my guys coming through. It's going to be a tough one. I think it's going to be 21-20 in a close game.
Wow. Hey, Coach, you can't take a slash. We don't
care what it's.
This is going to be a lot like. Where you going, man?
We don't care what the prediction is, Coach.
Hey, it's going to be a lot like 2016. 2 great defenses. This is going to be mean, nasty. It's going to be a street fight.
You know where he's going.
Street fight. 24-21. Buckeyes.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Wolverines making their way down the tunnel. Kickoff in under 6 minutes here on Fox. Number 2, Ohio State. Number 3, Michigan. Both undefeated. The winner claims the Big Ten East title and moves on to next Saturday's Big Ten championship game and keeps their playoff hopes very much alive. Final home game for number 2, Blake Corum. Finally healthy for the game against the Buckeyes. It's the 119th edition of The Game. The Maize and Blue, the Scarlet and Gray for the call. Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt.
Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by AT&T Business. Next level moments need the Next Level Network. Welcome to the Big House, the largest stadium in America, and I hope you're ready to watch the biggest game of the season. It's the world-famous Ohio State Buckeyes and the Michigan Wolverines. Do or die. And here come the Ohio State Buckeyes, ready to play in the greatest rivalry in sports. Folks, welcome to the game. And here come the Buckeyes. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson along with my quarterback, Joel Klatt, and welcome to Ann Arbor. Two undefeated teams ranked second and third in the country, playing for a Big Ten championship berth, a college football playoff berth, and possibly a national championship. The stakes could not be higher, and folks, this year, the hate is at an all-time high. So, with that in mind, for all intents and purposes, welcome to the first college football playoff game of the season. It's Michigan, Ohio State, and partner, we've got stars on both sides.
I cannot wait for this game. All of us have been waiting for this game all year, and it's finally here, and the stars have got to show up. Let's start with the biggest star on the field, Marvin Harrison Jr., arguably the best player in all of college football. The ball has got to find him early and often for the Buckeyes, but he doesn't have to do it alone, because now a healthy TreVeyon Henderson has been sensational over the last 4 weeks. His emergence in this run game has really transformed Ohio State and taken the pressure off of their quarterback, Kyle McCord. Should be a wonderful matchup with him against that rugged Michigan defense.
All right, for Michigan, Jim Harbaugh will serve the final game of his 3-game suspension as a result of the sign and signal stealing scheme. Jerome Moore gets another opportunity to lead this squad, and he's been relying on his veterans, most notably his quarterback.
Yeah, and JJ's been great this year, hasn't he? I mean, he's been one of the most efficient and best quarterbacks in the country, but he's finally healthy. Last week against Maryland was not healthy. That's a big reason why he didn't use his legs. He's going to need to use his legs today against Ohio State, and he's got Blake Corum in the backfield. This guy has done everything at Michigan. 51 career touchdowns, but what he hasn't been able to do is play against the Buckeyes as a healthy back, and now he finally gets a chance to do that. And on senior day, his last chance here in the Big House, he gets to cement his legacy as one of Michigan's all-time greats.
All right, time now to join the third member of our team, our sister on the sideline. Let's go downstairs to Jenny Taft.
All right, Gus, thank you. Coach Moore, no denying that today your biggest coaching challenge. What advice did Coach Harbaugh give you today?
He said he loved me, and he said do me, and that's what we're going to do.
What was the last thing you told your guys before running out here in this environment through that tunnel?
Yeah, play like you guys practice, play with relentless effort, play for yourself, play for your teammates, and play for Michigan.
Good luck. Thank you. Let's send it over to Tom Rinaldi.
Jenny, thank you very much. Ryan, everything that's led to this game, what do you need to see in the opening minutes that tells you these guys are ready for the challenge?
No, these guys are ready for the challenge. You know, we're going to start fast and play for 4 quarters. Time to go play.
What will the difference be if you're successful?
Running the ball, stopping a run, and win the turnover battle.
Appreciate you. Good luck.
You got it.
All right, Tommy, thank you very much. Let's take a look at the weather. Welcome to Big Ten football, where they play in the elements. The high today expected to be 36 degrees. It's 34. It could drop into the 20s. Ryan Day. Incredible job he's done at Ohio State, but he's under intense pressure. They want him, Buckeye Nation, to win this game. He's lost it the last 2 years, but he could have been facing a Michigan team playing with a stacked deck. Did they? Sharon Moore on the other sideline. He is to Jim Harbaugh what Ryan Day was to Urban Meyer. A brilliant offensive mind that will be walking his own sideline in the near future. The series note, this one dates back to 1897. A meeting here in Ann Arbor. Michigan leads it 60-52 with 6 ties. Wolverines have won 2 straight after losing 8 in a row. Last year in Columbus, the Wolverines won it 45-23, outscoring the Buckeyes 21-3 in the 4th quarter. And we are underway from Ann Arbor. This one into the end zone for a touchback. Michigan won the toss, deferred. Ohio State will send out Kyle McCord, who's done a great job as a game manager this year for the Buckeyes.
And listen, he's started 12-0 in his career, and I don't think that this is going to be an environment that's too big for him. Let's remember, earlier this season, Kyle took these Buckeyes and won on the road in what was a top 10 matchup against Notre Dame. He was brilliant in that 4th quarter, and he will need to channel those memories here today against Michigan.
All right, first down and 10 of the 25 for Ohio State. McCord in the shotgun. Travion Henderson. He's the X factor at running back in the pistol. They give it to him on first down. He'll get through the hole with a nice gain as he gets to the 30, gains 5. Graham with the tackle. Let's take a look at the Bucs on offense. This offensive line has improved since the beginning of the season.
No doubt about it, and that's also due to a healthy Travion Henderson with Marvin back there. Emeka is also healthy. They've got talent all over the field.
Second down and 5 to the 30-yard line. Now McCord looking over to the Buckeye sideline. Travion Henderson remains in the game at running back. And they'll give it to him running right with a little daylight, but he'll go down. After a 1-yard gain, Chris Jenkins comes up and makes the tackle, number 94, defensively for the Wolverines.
Well, they're so good up front, and Ohio State's going to be quickly on the ball here.
Empty backfield, McCord to throw it over the middle, and dropped. Emeka Egbuka had it. Ohio State 3 and out to start this game as the Buckeyes are forced to punt.
Well, he was open, and McCord gave him a ball, maybe just on his back hip, but Emeka has certainly got to catch that one. They went quickly to the line of scrimmage, try to catch Michigan out of position, and they were just a bit. Emeka has got to catch that one and move the chain. Staying on the field, so vital against this Michigan defense that has a lot of depth. They're physical. Their strength is certainly up front on their defensive line.
Third-year punter, Jesse Mirko, will send it away. He's standing at his own 17-yard line. Jake Thaw, the deep man for Michigan at the 25. This one, end-over-end kick. Thaw comes up to field it and has it at the 35. A 35-yard punt. Decent field position for J.J. McCarthy and the Michigan offense. And one thing you can say about this young man, he has arrived.
Yeah, and this is a guy that's 23-1 now, Gus, as a starting quarterback. He was brilliant in this matchup a year ago on the road. I mentioned his health. He was not healthy last week, and it hindered his ability to run, move around in the pocket. It'll be very interesting to see here early how healthy he is and how he's moving around.
First down and 10 at the 35-yard line. Blake Corum in at running back. Wilson, the motion man. McCarthy throwing on first down, near side, incomplete. Cornelius Johnson, the intended receiver. Offensively, let's take a look at Michigan.
Well, this offensive line is one of the best in the country, and Ladarius Henderson is back. He did not start a week ago. He's back at left tackle. And these two running backs, Corum and Edwards, they have been so good over the course of their career, and in particular, Edwards against this Ohio State team last year who went off in that 4th quarter.
Second down and 10 at the 35 for Michigan. McCarthy out of the gun. They'll give it to Corum. Corum pushing forward. will gain 5 yards on the play. Ty Hamilton with the tackle defensively for the Bucks.
Well, this unit has been transformed from what was a liability 2 years ago to a real strength and one of the best defenses in America. These linebackers are excellent. Tommy Eichenberg back in the starting lineup after not playing the last couple of weeks. And in the back end, Sonny Styles, watch number 6. He's going to have a monumental matchup against these tight ends for Michigan, Colston Loveland and A.J. Barner.
Donovan Edwards comes in. Now he lines up as a receiver at the bottom of your screen on 3rd and 5 at the 40. Edwards in motion. McCarthy finds him on a short pass, and he'll go nowhere. Ohio State ready for it. McNewson in on the play, and Michigan 3 and out. Steel Chambers as well.
Both of these defenses are rugged. They are excellent. Davison Igbinosun transfers in from Ole Miss, number 1. Watch him keep his outside arm free. He does a great job here getting off the block and then getting right down low on Edwards, getting him down to the ground. Steel Chambers, great hustle from the inside as well.
Tommy Doman was terrific last week against Maryland, pinning the Terps deep a number of times. He'll punt it away from the 25. Ibuka, the deep man, comes up, and he has it at the 24-yard line. A 37-yard punt. Coming up, Ohio State on offense once again. Time for today's Game Flow, sponsored by Progressive. Welcome to The Game. Michigan, Ohio State on Fox. No score here in the first quarter. Don't forget to tune into the Big Ten Championship game presented by Discover December 2nd on Fox. And now let's take a look at the current Big Ten standings sponsored by Discover.
Iowa punching that ticket. They will be in Indianapolis next week, 10-2. How about the job Kirk Ferentz has done this year with the Hawkeyes?
First down and 10 of the 24. He's done a wonderful job. Ohio State running it with Travion Henderson. Derek Moore with the tackle. Travion Henderson, what a big game last week. 146 yards rushing. His 9th 100-yard game last week against Minnesota.
He's most dangerous when they can get him up to the second level. That's when he's got the most wiggle. He can make people miss. This offensive line, got to get him up to those linebackers as quickly as possible.
He's battled injuries this year. Missed 3 games after the Notre Dame win in South Bend. Second down and 8 at the 26. McCord looking. McCord dumps it over the middle. Henderson in space, and he'll pick up a first down. Stopped by Junior Colson, but that's a gain of 11 yards.
Beautiful job right here by McCord. He knows he wants to go to the back, Henderson. So what does he do? He just waits. He wants to look outside, then he gets back to the check down, and it's an easy first down. That's what Kyle McCord needs to do today, is utilize these players on the outside, the talent that he has on the outside. He doesn't have to be great. He just has to manage the offense and give the ball to the players that can make plays in space.
17th catch of the season for Henderson. First and 10 at the 37. Second series for the Buckeyes. Here's McCord looking left. Fires incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended receiver. That ball not even close.
No, it looked like there was some sort of miscommunication there. You can see Marv looking around. Kyle McCord way off on that one, expecting a shorter hitch. And Marvin ran a little bit of a deeper route. And that'll bring up second and obvious here, Gus.
Second down and 10 at the 37. And they'll hand it off. Henderson. And he'll go nowhere. Drop for a loss. Josiah Stewart, the Coastal Carolina transfer, first man to him. No gain.
Let's see if they go fast here. On that first third down of the game, they went fast tempo, and they got Emeka Ibuka open. They won't, though. And Henderson will come off the field. Now Xavier Johnson, number 0, he'll be in the backfield with Kyle McCord here on this third down.
Michigan defense, 8th against the run. First in total defense. First in scoring defense. 3rd and 10 at the 37. McCord, empty backfield. Trips up top. Looks that way. Short pass underneath. Xavier Johnson looking for the first down. He's close. But I think he may be short by about a foot.
Boy, first big decision of the game goes to Ryan Day. 4th and short now, his side of the 50. It looks like the offense is coming off the field, and they will punt this one away. Michigan's going to hold here defensively. Nice job tackling downfield. They had the screen. Johnson had a little bit of a seam, but they were able to get him down just before that line to gain.
Jesse Mirco will punt for the second time at the 32. Jake Thaw at his own 11. Mirco. Thaw comes up, fields it at the 20. And that's where J.J. McCarthy. And the Wolverines will start after the 36-yard punt. Michigan, Ohio State. More after this. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by AT&T Business. Next level moments need the Next Level Network. And by Progressive Insurance, round out your protection with life, phone, and pet health insurance. This year marks just the 5th time since 1934 that these two teams are meeting, when both are unbeaten and without ties. The last time was last season when Michigan won and went on to the college football playoff. Ohio State went to the playoffs as well, and it's something bigger than just myself and what it means to me, just to the Michigan faithful, to all the former players that wore the winged helmet before me. And before this team, it means everything. Wolverines trying to run it over the right side. Ohio State prepared. JT Tuimoloau with the tackle.
And the stakes in this game could not be higher. Obviously, legacy's on the line. You're going to be measured in each of these programs by what you do in this game. But Gus, it's even more in this season. The way that it's playing out with all the good teams up at the top of college football, I just don't see a path for the loser of this game to get back into the playoff race like Ohio State was able to a year ago. So, as you said, this is really the first playoff game for these two teams this year.
Second down and 9 to the 22. And Blake Corum slithering through the hole. Actually make that Donovan Edwards. And Edwards gains 5 yards on the play. They'll rotate these two running backs.
And these third downs become so big in this game. These defenses are sensational. Gus, it's the number 1 against the number 2 scoring defense in America. Each of these defenses have led these teams during the course of the year, and we're already seeing that play out here early in the first quarter.
Third down and 4 at the 27. Edwards remains in the game. Loveland in motion. McCarthy bouncing it outside. McCarthy wants to throw it, tucks it, and will not pick up the first down. McCarthy bottled up. Jones with pressure. And he'll gain a couple.
I tell you, this is a great job by the linebacker core. Watch Steel Chambers right here. Steel Chambers is going to be right here, and he's going to slow play J.J. McCarthy. So as McCarthy's out of the pocket, he doesn't come up right away and allow Donovan Edwards to catch the ball. He kind of slow plays it, and then he's there to make the tackle, and you can see he's way short, about a yard, while he hits that sideline, and that's another stop for Ohio State.
Tommy Doman punting it away from the 15. Ibuka backpedaling. Doman. And he'll kick this one into the end zone for a touchback, a 79-yard punt. Maserati Marvin Harrison Jr. and the Buckeyes on offense right after this. It's not college football season without the delicious taste of an ice-cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. And just like you said, Joel, defensive battle, 4 possessions, 4 punts. Michigan favored by 3.5. The over-under 46.5. First down and 10 of the 20. Henderson in the backfield with McCord. Play fake, McCord underneath, intercepted. Michigan, Will Johnson jumped the route, cross forward, and has it at the 5-yard line. Kyle McCord, only his 5th interception of the season.
And it looked like Harrison slowed up a bit. Will Johnson cut off this route. It's a bit of an RPO with the fake in the backfield. Will Johnson is one of the best corners in America. He's a freshman All-American a year ago. Watch him right here as he undercuts this route. There's the play fake, and then he just beats Harrison to the spot. And Harrison didn't fight through. Will Johnson with a pick that sets up his offense inside the 10-yard line. First massive play of the game made by the Wolverines.
First down and goal at the 7 for Michigan. Blake Corum comes in. He's been incredible during his career. Inside the red zone, scoring touchdowns. Can the Wolverines pay it off right here? McCarthy gives it to Corum. Corum running right. He'll cross the line of scrimmage. Runs into Tyleik Williams, about a yard gain.
Man, these defensive tackles, they have been so good this year for Ohio State. Tyleik Williams, Michael Hall Jr., Ty Hamilton. Big reason why they've been so good against the run. And you don't want to leave out those ends either. Tuimoloau and Jack Sawyer on the other side. Very difficult to run on this group, in particular down here, Gus, inside the 10.
Second down and goal at the 6. Corum skipping. Corum pushing forward, and he'll go down. Close to the 1-yard line. Sonny Styles got him. A 5-yard gain. And that brings up third down and goal. They spot it at the 1.
And they'll bring on an extra offensive lineman, Trinity Jones, number 53. He comes in the ball game. And Michigan will get big. Corum is one of the best short yardage backs in America. He is excellent in these situations.
Blake Corum, 20 touchdowns, out of the eye, second man, pushing forward. No signal yet. And they say he's down inside the 1.
What a great battle right here at the goal line. And you see the initial contact, that's Eichenberg. And Corum was trying to back himself up over that goal line. From that angle, it sure looks like he was able to get across the goal line. But this one will be a much better angle. Watch this, he's trying to back himself in. And I don't know, with that ball on his chest, this official near side had a great look at that, and he's the one that came in, stopped progress, and made that ruling of short. That'll be awfully difficult to change in replay, but they will take a look.
Jerome Moore thought that was a touchdown. Not only is he the offensive coordinator, but he's also the offensive line coach.
You know, the look from overhead looks like Corum is in, but down the line, it looks like it's very difficult to change this call. This is the look, and remember now, this camera's about the 10-yard line, so we've got it on an angle, and that angle from right there, now it looks like Corum's across the goal line, but it's not straight over the top. So then you go down the line, Gus, and that's when it's much more definitive and much more close. Corum contacted there at about the 1.5, and as he's trying to back in, oh my goodness, that is close with the ball right on his chest.
Dean Blandino, our rules analyst, joins us now. Dean, what do you think?
Angles are so tough here. Just as Joel was explaining, you've got the overhead shot, which is not directly over the goal line, so it's always going to push that action forward. You look at the shot right down the line, it's tough to see the football. I think he's in, but when I'm saying think maybe, that usually means stands here. I just don't know if there's enough evidence to overturn.
So here comes the call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. 4th down.
So Corum did not get in. 4th down. A decision has to be made by Moore, and he's going for it. Michigan, 11 of 15 on 4th downs this year. 4th down and goal at the 1.
He made that decision quick. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Offense on the field.
Out of the I formation, Max Bredesen, the up back. Corum, touchdown Wolverines. And Michigan strikes first, capitalizing on the Kyle McCord interception to take a 6-0 lead. Blake Corum, 21 rushing touchdowns on the year.
Well, first you get the block by your best offensive lineman. It's Zach Zinter. He gets a little movement. Then Bredesen, the fullback, 44. He comes in, finishes off Tommy Eichenberg, and Corum is led across the goal line for a touchdown.
Extra point, James Turner, good. Blake Corum has scored a rushing touchdown in every game this season, and in 22 of the last 23. Puts Michigan on the board right here. After the Will Johnson interception, Wolverines take a 7-0 lead over the world-famous Buckeyes. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. And by Dutch Boy Paints and Stains. Welcome back. Blake Corum with the touchdown. He now sets a new Michigan single-season rushing touchdown mark with his 21st. He was tied with Hassan Haskins. That's his 52nd career rushing touchdown. 3 short of Anthony Thomas's all-time mark of 55. How do the Buckeyes respond? College football on Fox continues next with the battle for the Apple Cup as Washington State faces number 4 Washington, followed by Iowa State and 19th ranked Kansas State. All right here on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Michael Penix Jr. at Washington. And it looks like he will be facing Oregon once again in the Pac-12 championship.
Yeah, and that should be a phenomenal game. And those two quarterbacks, Nix and Penix, been a couple of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Big series for Kyle McCord after throwing the interception. First down and 10 at the 25. They pitch it. Henderson. And Henderson turns a corner. He'll get close to the 30. Let's go downstairs and check in with Tommy.
Gus, no question, a huge early moment here for Kyle McCord. His first start, how would he handle the moment? Coaches and teammates showed him a lot of support all week. No overt emotional reaction over on the sideline after he threw the pick, nor after it was converted into points by the Wolverines. But as you and Gus are pointing out, that this is a really, really important time right now for Kyle McCord as he really experiences this rivalry after making a mistake.
And they got to get him an easy completion, Gus. If they're going to throw it, it needs to be something that he might be on the move or an easy completion on the outside.
Second down and 6 at the 29. Henderson running left this time. Trying to get outside. Bottled up, and he'll get across the 30. 2-yard pickup. Derek Moore, Ernest Hausman combining.
Well, you're seeing these safeties. They are downhill fast against this run game. They saw the film. We all watched it. Henderson playing so well in the last 4, and this Michigan defense came in here with a mindset that we're not going to allow 32 to get going. They have locked on man coverage on the outside, and it's been Will Johnson that has gotten that responsibility against Marvin Harrison Jr. They're in the slot together again.
Third down and 4 at the 31. McCord to throw it. Lobs it in the air. Back shoulder caught at the 45. Marvin Harrison Jr. And that's a first down for Ohio State, a gain of 24.
And watch him locate the ball. I think he was a little bit surprised that the ball was there so fast. As he looked up, all of a sudden it's on his back shoulder. That's a tremendous adjustment by Harrison, and Ohio State going quickly.
McCord again to throw. McCord down the field and incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended receiver. He came into this game with 62 catches for over 1,000 yards and 13 touchdowns.
And this battle already has been sensational. We saw Will Johnson with the pick. Now we go back shoulder to Marvin Harrison, and number 2 is following 18 around. And again, why are they doing that? So that they can play man coverage and commit more resources to stopping the run. That's what makes Will Johnson so valuable in this defensive scheme, is that now they feel like they can keep those safeties incorporated in their run defense.
Second down and 10 at the 45. Fleming in motion. McCord looks that way. McCord now buys time and throws. Flag on the play. That ball caught on the sideline. It's Cade Stover, the tight end. But let's see. This will be the game's first penalty.
Yeah, I think, there was some tangling up right there. You're either going to get a hold or a hands to the face. as Josh Simmons was working with Derek Moore.
Personal foul, illegal helmet contact, hands to the face. Defense, number 8, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
So Simmons, the left tackle. This is afterwards as McCord just tried to throw that one, and you see Stover trying to get that catch. And then the penalty on the opposite side, the left tackle Josh Simmons, number 71. You see that hand of number 8, Derek Moore, that left hand up into the face mask, and that's what drew the flag.
First down and 10, Ohio State at the Michigan 27.
We got a couple of tight ends down here to the right.
McCord, delayed handoff, Henderson, and he'll run into the pile. Chris Jenkins leading the way, short gain. They give him 2.
Man, and you got to stay committed to the run game, but it's hard to do against this Michigan team because they are so rugged in the middle of that defense. These defensive tackles, the rotation, whether it's Kenneth Grant, number 78, Chris Jenkins, 94, Rashawn Binney, Mason Graham, Cam Good, they rotate in there and they stay fresh, and every one of these guys is about 300 pounds or more. It is difficult to get movement on the interior of that defensive line.
Second down, 8 yards to go at the 25-yard line. For Ohio State, McCord with time. Over the middle! And broken up. Michael Barrett almost had the second interception of the game. Couldn't hold on to that one.
This is great coverage by Barrett, number 23. Watch the linebacker. He latches on to Cade Stover, and Stover is trying to stop and adjust to that ball. Probably should have been picked off. One of the things Kyle McCord, as Jesse Minter knows, he almost had another one. One of the things that McCord has a tendency to do is stare at his first receiver and throw it there, and they're going to have opportunities for these interceptions because he doesn't get to number 2 and number 3 in the progression often. If it's there in rhythm, he's very good. But if he's got to throw that, a lot of times he'll put it in traffic.
Play clock at 1. And a timeout called by Ohio State. 2:21 to go in the first quarter. Michigan with a 7-0 lead. And a big third down coming up for the Buckeyes.
And one of the things Michigan, Gus, is so good at in these situations, when it's third and obvious, and 8 would be an obvious down, is that up front, that defensive line, and we saw this last week and really the entirety of the season, they stunt and they twist and they create pressure. In the second half of the season, no team in college football has created more quarterback pressure than Michigan. And they don't do it with one guy like they did a couple of years ago with Aiden Hutchinson. It's a community effort, those twists and stunts and blitzes that Jesse Minter is so creative with.
Ohio State 1 for 3 on third downs today. Third down and 8 at the Michigan 25. McCord. Sideline throw, incomplete. Emeka Egbuka, the target. McCord guiding that football instead of stepping into his throw. And here comes the field goal team.
Well, here's what happens, and this is what confuses him, is watch Michigan pass this off. So it's man coverage, and yet the inside receiver goes outside, and the outside corner, Josh Wallace, he stays outside. So it's man coverage, but they pass off their responsibilities. McCord, he saw that, tried to pull it down.
Jaden Fielding into attempt a 43-yarder, gets it up, and good. Ohio State on the board. And we'll stay right here with 2:13 to go in the first.
Well, that was a big opportunity there for Ohio State. That's a win for Michigan's defense, and Ryan Day knows it. After that penalty, gets them the first down here in the plus side. They got the fade route to Harrison, and these coverages for Michigan are causing a lot of problems for Kyle McCord. One of the things that Michigan defense does a great job of is changing the picture after the snap. And you'll see, as you saw there with the man coverage, they know their responsibilities. They pass it off. And Sharon Moore was telling us yesterday, he is so confident in his defense, and that makes him a more aggressive offensive play caller. And now in the head coaching role, he's more involved on that side. He's more uniquely aware of what Jesse Minter is doing on that side of the ball. And he says that it's allowed him to really be aggressive with that offense. And we'll see if he does it right here.
Sharon Moore, 37 years old. Beat Maryland last week. Prior to that, his first game replacing Jim Harbaugh during this suspension, defeated Penn State on the road. And this ball fair caught inside the 5. Michigan, well, they've had a tumultuous season, starting with Coach Harbaugh's suspension for recruiting violations. Then in October, the NCAA started an investigation into sign stealing, which resulted in the resignation of offensive analyst Connor Stalions. Another 3-game suspension for Coach Harbs, and the firing of linebackers coach Chris Partridge. Through it all, they remain steadfast and undefeated. Jim Harbaugh watching this game at home. Now Donovan Edwards in at running back for U of M. 1st and 10 at the 25. McCarthy to the sideline, puts it on the money. Roman Wilson turns it up. He'll get close to the first down in front of Denzel Burke. Wilson banged up last week in the first quarter against Maryland. He looks good today.
Yeah, they felt like it was precautionary to hold him out of the rest of that game against the Terps, and they felt like he would be healthy here today, and it looks like he is. Nice pitch and catch there on the outside. Creates a nice short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Michigan beat Maryland 31-24 in College Park last week. 2nd and 1 at the 34. Edwards. 1st down, Wolverines.
It is going to be tough sledding. I know that they got a gift with a short field, and that series inside the 10, that's why they got a touchdown. But this defense is really good for Jim Knowles, the defensive coordinator for Ohio State. And one of the things that they've done is they've changed Gus philosophically. Remember last year they gave up so many big plays. In fact, in this matchup, 5 of them that wound up being touchdowns over 40 yards. They've only given up 1 play of 40 or more yards during the course of the season. And in large part, that's why they're playing so well.
1st down, Wolverines. McCarthy on the play fake over the middle, and he finds his tight end, Colston Loveland. This is the matchup, folks, that Michigan feels they can really win big.
And Loveland is such a great player at that tight end position. We feel like he's just scratching the surface of what he can be. He's an athletic, tall, fluid mover at the tight end position. He catches it very well. You can see right there with his hands, goes in up. And they feel like they've got the matchup with 18, and I wouldn't be shocked if he gets 5, 6, maybe even 8 or 9 targets today against the Buckeyes.
He's a big man, 6'5", 245, sophomore. Colston Loveland from Gooding, Idaho. And a timeout called by the Buckeyes. That's their 2nd timeout already in the 1st quarter.
I think they were surprised by the personnel group. There was an extra offensive lineman on the field there, Trente Jones, and that's what caused the timeout.
Let's go downstairs and check in with Jen.
Well, there has been such an intensity, Gus, from this Michigan sideline. We're seeing it from Coach Sharon Moore. We're seeing it from J.J. McCarthy. And remember, J.J. was a bit banged up last week against Maryland. Now, he brought up to me, I didn't ask him, he said, remember, Jenny, at one point my dream was to go to Ohio State. To say this one means a lot is an understatement. He told us he has been cool, calm, collected, and prepared for this moment. Coach Sharon Moore not worried at all about his quarterback's capabilities today.
All right, Jenny. McCarthy hurt in the Penn State game. They said going into the Maryland game last week on Tuesday, he could barely walk. 1st down and 10 at the 48. Let's see if that affects his mobility today. McCarthy looking, fires, deep ball, sideline, incomplete. Roman Wilson the target. Denzel Burke running stride for stride with him.
Great coverage by Denzel Burke. They tried a double move out here with Wilson. Watch Wilson. He's going to go outside and then try to get up the field. Burke does not bite, and he's there on top of Wilson. Terrific coverage by number 10.
Denzel Burke, Jr. from Phoenix, Arizona. Confident. And on 2nd and long, they'll pick up 2 with Donovan Edwards. And that could take us to the end of the first quarter.
Jack Sawyer on the tackle.
And it will.
It's 3rd down and 8.
Michigan forced a turnover early. They lead the Buckeyes 7-3 heading into the second. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by AT&T Business. Next level moments need the next level network. The Big House, Michigan Stadium, 7-3. Wolverines on top of the world famous Buckeyes as we start the second quarter. Gus Johnson, Joel Klatt, Tom Rinaldi, Jenny Taft with you. Welcome back to the game. 3rd down and 8 for the Wolverines. McCarthy to throw it. Under pressure, underneath, and it's caught. This time, A.J. Barner, the Indiana transfer, not enough for the first down. So let's see if Michigan goes for it. On 3rd and 8, they get 7.
And I would assume that he's going to go for this, trying to be aggressive. They love their short yardage package. Blake Corum will come on the field here, and they will stay on the field. Sharon Moore, exactly, man of his word. He said he was going to be aggressive, and here he is again.
Michigan 12 for 16 on 4th downs.
I think they need a timeout, Gus. They didn't have the right personnel in there. Sharon and another one of the assistants, they're kind of arguing about the personnel that was involved, and they will take that timeout.
Michigan uses their first timeout of the first half.
You know, they have, over the course of the last couple of weeks, they have utilized those extra offensive linemen. I'm interested to see if they use that here. But let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. Kyle McCord threw that interception, gave the ball to Michigan inside the 10. They were able to punch it in. McCarthy is 4 of 6, but it's been primarily a run game so far for Michigan. Almost 2-to-1 runs to passes. And Travion Henderson, who's been so good in the last 4 games, maybe the best back in the country, has been held ineffective here early by this Michigan defense. And it's 7-3 Wolverines.
Think about Henderson. He can catch lightning in a bottle at any moment. Did it last week to start the second half against Minnesota. 4th down and a yard. Big package for the Wolverines. Corum, lone setback. Corum dives forward. I don't know. And they give it to him. It was close. Blake Corum diving over the pile.
Watch Styles. Styles is the one that's going to come up from his safety position and try to make the hit. There's number 6. He needed to stop him before that 38-yard line, and he didn't get it done. Corum goes up and over the top. Look at everyone going low, and he is right there and just barely gets it across the line to gain.
Donovan Edwards replaces Corum. First down at the Ohio State 38. Edwards looking for a crease, and Ohio State gets it quickly. 2-yard gain. Remember, Donovan Edwards broke last year's game open against Ohio State with 75 and 85-yard touchdown runs in the 4th quarter. And when it was all said and done, he'd gone for 216.
That's right. But largely outside of that, Ohio State had done a good job against the run. In fact, outside of those 2 long runs by Edwards, they held Michigan to under 3 yards per carry in that game.
2nd down and 8 at the 36. McCarthy gives it to Edwards. Tries to bounce it, and Edwards written out of bounds. Short gain. Igbeneusen, the Ole Miss transfer, ushers him out of play.
And they need to stop here, these Buckeyes. And one thing to keep in mind, the pass protection the last couple of weeks has broken down at times. Carson Barnhart, number 52, has been beaten on the speed rush, the right tackle. So what Michigan has done on every passing down is they have put a back or tight end to his side. But it looks like on this play, he'll be alone against Jack Sawyer, number 33.
3rd down and 6 at the 34. McCarthy steps up in the pocket. McCarthy looking. McCarthy, can he get to the line to gain? Doesn't look like it. But let's see the spot. J.J. McCarthy showing that he's shaken off that injury from the Penn State game. 1st down, Michigan.
Well, this is a great look here from the pylon, which is the line to gain. Boy, I don't know. I know that foot gets there, but with the ball in the wrong hand, that ball's in the right hand, and only the foot gets to the line to gain.
I didn't think he got there.
Yeah, I'm with you, Gus. And in real time, I thought your call was correct, and the spot was favorable, and they will stop this. And take another look.
Dean Blandino, your thoughts?
So we have a striding runner, so the spot is where the ball crosses the sideline. You can see McCarthy had the ball in his right hand. It's going to cross short of the 28. They should move this ball back and make it 4th down. You see right there where that ball crosses, it is shy of the line of game, which is the 28. This should be overturned and made 4th down.
Yeah, and they should be immediately talking about that 4th down and that 4th down decision. I would guess that they would be going for it. We've already seen a 4th and goal that they have gone for. We saw a 4th down on this series that they were able to convert. And so that's the conversation that they need to be having offensively and defensively, is preparing for this 4th down. I agree with Dean. That ball in the right hand, pretty clear. Gus, you were all over it there live.
Well, you know what they say, Joel.
What's that?
Even a blind squirrel can stumble across a nut.
Hey, man. You stumble across a lot of them. You know what I mean?
That's right. Jerome Moore played his college football for Bob Stoops, our former colleague and very good friend at Oklahoma. Coach Stoops telling me when I talked to him that he was always a great student of the game.
After review, the runner was short of the line to gain. His 4th down.
Let's see if they put extra offensive linemen out there. Again, Corum is so good in these situations. It's his strength, his ability to play low and run behind his pads. That's what makes him such a great short yardage back. They're so confident in that, and that also is coupled with the fact that they've had one of the best, if not the best, offensive line in college football over the last 2 seasons.
And today is Blake Corum's 23rd birthday. 4th down and short. Play fake. They find the tight end on the sideline. Colston Loveland, 1st down, Michigan. You got to have a lot of confidence to run that on 4th down and short.
There's no doubt, and they do have confidence, and this is such a difficult play for Styles. He's got to be in there and run defense, and then he's also got to get out in man coverage and cover the tight end, and there's that fluidity I was talking about. They love Colston Loveland and want to make him a big factor in today's ball game.
2 of his 3 catches last week at Maryland converted 4th down plays. 1st down and 10 at the 22. Donovan Edwards back in the game. And Edwards, he'll go nowhere.
Donovan Edwards, the ball carrier.
Interior defense, excellent for Ohio State. First man to him, Jack Sawyer.
Yeah, the difference in the game so far is obviously the Will Johnson interception, and then Kyle McCord has been unable to keep his team on the field on 3rd down, whereas McCarthy, both via 4th downs and 3rd down completions, has been able to keep his team on the field here for a lengthy drive.
2nd down and 10 at the 22. Corum back in. Play fake. McCarthy steps up in the pocket, throws sideline, incomplete. Roman Wilson being guarded by Davis and Igbeneusen. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
And again, they tried that double move, and again, Ohio State is ready for it. These corners have done a really good job on the outside. Their best matchup throwing the ball is Colston Loveland. I've already talked about it several times, number 18 on any one of these safeties, but they really want to try to get him matched up on Sonny Styles. Even though Styles has the size at 6'4", they feel like Colston Loveland, number 18, is more fleet of foot, and they've got the matchup they want right now.
14th play of the drive that started at the Michigan 25, 3rd and 10 at the 22. J.J. McCarthy looking over the middle, caught, touchdown Wolverines! Roman Wilson. J.J. McCarthy threw that one off his back foot.
This ball was threaded between 2 defenders. Malik Hartford, 25, and Denzel Burke. Great coverage, but watch this ball goes right between them. And then Burke is able to rip it away at the end as they were going into the end zone. There's the ball. Boy, I tell you, I don't know if he totally controlled that with the element of time necessary to make that a catch, which would mean, Gus, there's a chance here that this is an interception for Ohio State. Remember, he's got to control the ball and then have an element of time to become a runner with the ball, then being dead at the goal line. If that doesn't happen and he's still trying to control the ball, then it would be live. So where's the element of time? Is it controlled? And then at this point, still moving. Does Burke actually rip it away? This is wild play in the end zone.
Dean Blandino. This is a close one.
We've had some really close ones today. The key is, does Wilson have firm control and then clearly establish himself as a runner? He's going to do that by having the ball long enough to perform in that comment to the game. He's taking additional steps. If he doesn't, and the Ohio State defender pulls that away before he completes the catch, then we'd have an interception. It was ruled a touchdown on the field. And again, it's so close. Does he have firm control? Do we have enough to overturn this?
This is real speed.
Real speed is so difficult, but I would just point out that right when the ball hits Roman Wilson's hands, Denzel Burke immediately grabs that right arm.
Here comes the call.
Get the call right now.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Roman Wilson with the touchdown. Michigan going 14 plays, covering 75 yards, eating up 6 minutes and 51 seconds. And Ryan Day's Buckeyes down 13-3 here in the second.
And they got fortunate with that call. They got fortunate with that call being what it was on the field and not being able to overturn it. I did not think he had control of that ball to become a runner.
James Turner for the extra point, and it's good. Wilson's 11th receiving touchdown of the season and 19th in his career. More importantly, the Wolverines take an even bigger lead over the Buckeyes here in Ann Arbor. – 14-3, and this is Ryan Day during the break.
Pleading his case on that touchdown. Roman Wilson ruled the touchdown on the field, stood in review, and Ryan Day pleading his case with the official there. It was a tough call. It was bang bang. I felt like he didn't control it. I think others probably feel like the call standing is the right thing to do.
Tommy Doman kicking away. Xavier Johnson, he'll get a shot from his own goal line. And Johnson across the 25 up to the 27. Let's go downstairs and check in with Tom.
Gus, you saw those pictures of Ryan Day. That was well past half of that commercial break time where he would talk to every member of the officiating crew that he could find. He did talk during the week about the challenge for himself as the leader of this team to keep his emotions in check. He pleaded his case. Now he'll be challenged to turn the page, but certainly he gave an earful, believing, along with Joel, that he did not believe the ball was controlled and that should not have been a touchdown. Huge call here in this first half.
All right, 1st and 10 at the 27. Chip Trainum comes in a running back, the former linebacker out of Arizona State. Trainum with room, cuts it back, spins forward, and he'll get 9.
They desperately need some success here on 1st down on this series offensively to try to get Kyle McCord in more on-schedule down and distances, 2nd and short. And that's the rhythm that they're going to need to establish, and Trainum does a nice job on that 1st down run.
Trainum, 5'11", 233 pounds. 2nd down and 1. McCord, play fake. Up top, caught Stover. Big gain for Kyle Stover, the tight end. 32 yards. Jimmy Rolder with the tackle.
You get a safety moving down to his right, and then Stover is wide open. He's got the matchup he wants against Jimmy Rolder. And that's an easy completion for Kyle McCord, and a beautiful throw. That's his best throw of the day, there's no doubt. Going to the tight end, and Stover has been such a weapon for this team, one of the best tight ends in America.
39th catch of the year. 1st down and 10 at the 32. Travion Henderson back in the game at running back. Ohio State looking for their rhythm on offense. Stover underneath once again. This time it's Abuka. And Emeka Abuka leaning forward. Junior Colson brings him down. He'll gain 6.
And again, another solid 1st down play. This one a pass, and Abuka does a nice job of getting the ball a little bit closer to that line to gain. And now you've got everything at your disposal. They can play action. They can try to exploit a matchup.
McCord, 6 of 12, 85 yards. 2nd down and 4 at the 26. He'll throw it again. Check it down. Henderson, 1st down and more. As he's wrestled down inside the 20 by Mikey Sainristil. A gain of 7.
Well, after the 2 touchdowns that Michigan has been able to put into the end zone, they cannot settle for a field goal here. We are now inside of 8 minutes in this 2nd quarter. They got the ball to start the 1st half. Michigan will get it to start the 2nd half. They have got to punch this one into the end zone and answer that last touchdown of the Wolverines.
1st down at the Michigan 19. Chip Trainum replaces Henderson. Here's the reverse. Johnson cuts it up. Flag on the play as he'll fall forward inside the 15.
Xavier Johnson was the ball carrier. Junior Colson on the tackle.
Mason Graham hit the ground there, number 55, the defensive tackle from Michigan. I wonder if he was pulled down. I know he was signaling for a hold.
Defense, number 55. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic 1st down.
Well, he wanted the hold, but it went against him. Let's see Mason Graham on the interior. Here's Graham right here. And watch as he's going to hold the offensive lineman. You see right there, that right hand did not allow Carson Hinsman, 75, to get up to the linebacker and work to that double team. That's a really good call by the official. And Jesse Minter is thinking to himself, what in the world?
1st down and goal to the 7 for the Bucks. Trainum, the big fella in the backfield. They give it to him. Cuts it up. Trainum will go down inside the Michigan 5.
Chip Trainum, the ball carrier.
Plus, this has been an area on the field where Ohio State has actually struggled this year, is this red zone offense. They're 67th in the country in red zone touchdown percentage, and they're going against a defense that is the best defense in the country in the red zone. They've got to get creative down here inside the 5. I don't think they're going to be able to just run the ball right at that defensive front, so it might be Marvin Harrison Jr. time where he's against Will Johnson and has to make a play.
Second down and goal at the 3. Play fake. McCord dumps it off. Caught. Touchdown Buckeyes. Emeka Egbuka. And Ohio State responds. 6:27 to go in the second quarter. McCord throwing the touchdown.
They get man coverage, and the coverage just cannot get over the top. Great job of Emeka Egbuka getting full speed, getting out of the pylon. And Jaden McBurrows, number 18, just could not catch up.
Jaden Fielding in for the extra point. Got it up and good. 8-play drive covering 73 yards for the answer. McCord on the drive. 4 for 4, 48 yards. Buckeyes have found their rhythm on offense. 14-10, Michigan. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by Duluth Trading, designed and tested to do. In the last 2 years, Michigan has reasserted themselves in the rivalry, winning back-to-back games versus Ohio State for the first time since 2000. Now the Wolverines are looking to win 3 straight for the first time since 1997. There are guys with scars, and I'm one of them, so it just drives you every day to work harder and to make sure you do everything you possibly can to win the game. Ryan Day, he must feel good. Nice drive by the Buckeyes to make it a 14-10 game.
And both of their scores came on answering Michigan scores. So got to feel good about the way his team has responded here on the road.
14-10 coming up after the break. The Wolverines and the Buckeyes will continue to battle here in Ann Arbor.
Michigan looking to make it 3 straight wins over Ohio State, and they're currently up 4 points. Rob Stone back here with you on the State Farm at halftime. Coming up, these guys have been tormenting me throughout the commercial. Will join you. Don't run from me now, Brady. Mark Ingram, Matt Leinart, they're going to join me. They're going to talk about second half adjustments. They might do some dancing. Louisville's going to try to keep their momentum going ahead of the ACC championship game. And Jaden Daniels, last chance to woo those Heisman voters, Mark Ingram.
SEC guy.
He is an SEC guy. Guys, we'll send it upstairs.
I love it.
All right, Rob, thank you very much. Here's McCarthy, swings it out to Donovan Edwards. Edwards crosses the line of scrimmage and will dive out of bounds at the 30. He'll give him about 5 in front of Jordan Hancock.
This is a big sequence right here when you really think about it. Michigan, their bread and butter would be a long drive right here. They get the ball to start the second half. You know, a 5-minute scoring drive here would feel, you know, a bit daunting if you were an Ohio State fan. So you got to rely on this defense to get off the field quickly, try to get this ball back for the offense.
Second down and 5 at the 30-yard line. McCarthy in trouble, scrambling. McCarthy throws across his body. Whoa! What a throw! Cornelius Johnson with the catch at midfield. J.J. McCarthy with a dime. A gain of 19.
I thought initially he was just trying to throw this ball away, but he went across his body, and you got to credit Cornelius Johnson doing a great job of maintaining his route. And he goes over to the sideline and pulls it in.
First down, Michigan. Corum. And Corum will pick up 2, maybe 3 on the play.
Let's go back to that catch. Here's Cornelius Johnson right on the sideline, just out of the reach of Igbinosun. And that foot is clearly in. Secures it before he goes to the sideline. Beautiful throw from McCarthy. And Gus, he's clearly healthy and moving better than last week. I think he's, near 100%, I would say. In particular after that, run out to the right side and getting the ball down the field.
McCarthy, 8 of 11, 85 yards. Late Corum. And he'll be knocked backwards. This Ohio State run defense playing extremely well. Tommy Eichenberg with the tackle.
Well, we've already seen 4 3 fourth down tries, and all of them successful from Michigan. So part of this third down for Sharon Moore is his thinking as the acting head coach of how close he would need to be to go for it on fourth. That's why running the football right here, if you're Sharon Moore, might be even likely to get down to that 2-yard mark and go for it.
Third down and 5 at the 46. Wilson in motion. McCarthy steps up and goes down. Great pressure by this Ohio State defense. Michael Hall Jr. gets home. That's a loss of 5 yards. Jack Sawyer as well.
How about this rush from Michael Hall? He's initially double teaming, and he just swats Zach Zenter away and gets home for that sack. He's initially the one there. Sawyer cleans it up, and that is a huge play for Ohio State. They needed to stop badly right there on that series, and they're able to get one with that D.
Emeka Abuka standing inside his own 10 as Tommy Doman will punt it away from the 35. Field position huge in this game, and Doman does it again. Mosconi, another shot that he banks off the bumper. Tommy Doman did it last week to Penn Maryland. He does it today here in the first half against the Buckeyes. English on the football. Ohio State backed up deep in their own end after this. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by Peloton. Get Peloton's best offer of the season and work out your way. Welcome back. Last week, Tommy Doman's fourth quarter punt that was down at the 1 resulted in a safety 2 plays later. He is a weapon. And now Kyle McCord and the Buckeyes will start first down and 10 at their own 2. Travion Henderson in the backfield. Henderson straight ahead. Not much. Josiah Stewart leaning on him, a 2-yard gain.
Well, McCord has completed his last 4 to end that last drive. He was 4 for 4 for 48 yards and that touchdown. But this is a different story, and this pass rush has been fierce in the back half of the season. And this Michigan team was able to get a safety with their defense last week, and Travion Henderson actually limping off the field after that carry in the middle of the line of scrimmage.
Ohio State has scored on its last 2 possessions. Second down and 8. Trainum. And Trainum taken down quickly by Chris Jenkins. A 1-yard gain. There's Henderson. He's been injury prone this year, missed 3 games with a rib injury.
Well, now just a huge call for Ryan Day here. Backed up. Quarterback's already thrown a pick. We'll see how aggressive he wants to get here throwing the ball on 3rd and 7.
From the 5. McCord sprints out of the pocket in the back of the end zone. Fleming, is it a catch? Yes, it is. First down, Ohio State.
McCord had to throw this off his back foot. Does Fleming secure this ball? Sure does look like it. What a catch from Fleming as it gets ripped out there after he hits that sideline. Came out late. What a great job by Fleming. Extension there, controlling that ball. And McCord just getting it off before that rush got to him.
Gives Ohio State a little breathing room. And they're going to take a look at it.
Well, and again, now this is a little bit different from the element of time that we discussed on the Roman Wilson touchdown. Now it's about surviving the ground. And Fleming here needs to establish control, then a body part, and he gets that. He's inbounds, and it's secure through the process of going to the ground. Now he's out, and that's when Wallace tries to rip it away.
Dean, what's your opinion on this play?
I've got to catch. He does control the ball. He's got the body part down. He completes the element of time when he hits the ground. Then the defender pulls it away. To me, this is a catch, and they should confirm the ruling.
Well, I'm sure it confirmed that spot as well, and it was across the line to gain. Boy, that was a beautiful catch, wasn't it?
Oh, certainly was.
And Fleming gets overlooked, Gus, a lot in this wide receiver room with Marvin Harrison Jr. and even Emeka Egbuka. You know, you forget that Julian Fleming was the #1 wide receiver in his class, a 5-star player. You see the talent come out there on that third down catch, full extension, as he's able to haul it in.
Pennsylvania Gatorade Player of the Year. He was a finalist for the National Player of the Year as well. He's had multiple catches in 20 of his last 23 games, including a career-high 6 against Indiana in the season opener. Some feel that Ohio State...
After review, it is a completed pass, first down.
Some feel that Ohio State, they have the best receiving core in America.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and Harrison certainly leads the way in that group.
Let's go downstairs for an update. Here's Tom.
Travion Henderson just had that ankle taped up, the right ankle, and you can see that he's back up on the sideline, did some quick sprints to try to test it, see if he still has the explosion, eagerly waiting to try to get back in this one.
First down and 10 at the 14. Thank you, Tom. Chip Traynham replaces him. Julian Fleming in motion. McCord steps up in the pocket. Throws it deep. McCord caught at the 40-yard line. Maserati Marv and a flag on the play. What a throw by Kyle McCord. 46 yards.
McCord did a great job stepping up in the pocket, but watch as Will Johnson.
Pass interference. Defense number 2. The penalty is declined. The results of the play, first down.
Johnson was hanging all over Marvin Harrison. And one-handed, he's able to bring that one in, and McCord hung strong in the pocket, took a big hit from Mason Graham there right after he released it, but he saw his guy, maybe the best player in college football, haul it in down the field. What a catch.
Kyle McCord, 10 of 16, 150 yards, a touchdown, and an interception.
You sense, though, Gus, that McCord's got a little confidence, and more so Ryan Day has some confidence in McCord. Aggressive play call there. Obviously, time a factor here with only 1:11 before the half, but going deep and making it happen.
First down, 1:11 to play in the second quarter at the 42. Kyle McCord dumps it off and incomplete. That ball thrown behind his intended receiver, Chip Traynham. But Kyle McCord, a couple of games ago, against Michigan State, had his best game of the year, threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
You know, it can be deceiving because as you saw last night, you know, that Michigan State defense, not nearly, you know, what we thought it would be coming into this season as Drew Aller and Penn State lit him up last night in Ford Field. But you're right, he did garner a lot of confidence from some of those throws in that game.
He's 6 of his last 7. Completes this one. Oh, my goodness. Travion Henderson gets waxed. Mikey Sainristil.
Boy, you could see this one coming from a mile away. Sainristil was eyeing him up, and then he goes down with the shoulder to the chest. What a hit.
Third down and 9. McCord underneath, caught, not a first down, but Ryan Day may go for this one as Cade Stover makes the catch in front of Michael Barrett.
He's gonna, if he's gonna go for it, he would probably take the timeout earlier than he has. He's waiting right now, and I think that he's gonna try to kick a field goal here with under 5 seconds to go to try to make this the last play of the half. So he's going to discuss this with the official and let this get down to 4. Then he'll take his timeout. You know, if I was Sharon Moore, I would call a timeout and force him to kick it with more time on the clock. At least at that point, the Wolverines would have an opportunity to return a kickoff.
So the field goal unit comes on for Ohio State. Nicely done by Kyle McCord. He'll end this first half 13 of 19, 156 yards, a touchdown, and an interception with a long of 44 yards. Jaden Fielding comes in to attempt the field goal. Fielding made a career-long 47-yarder last week versus Minnesota. He's been good from 43 yards today.
This one looks like it'll be in that 51, 52. His long, even going back to high school, Gus, is 50. So this is stretching the length here for Fielding.
This one from 52 yards away. Jaden Fielding from League City, Texas. And he'll get a practice try here, and that'll be good. Let's see if he can repeat it as Michigan calls a timeout. Tomorrow, we've got a huge day of football on Fox. At 1 Eastern, division rivals square off as the Saints take on the Falcons, or at 4, the Browns, who have the best defense in the NFL, take on Russell Wilson and the Broncos, who are coming off a big win as well, or other regional action. Check for the game in your area, all on Fox.
I'll tell you, that bounce back from the Broncos and Russell Wilson has been incredible. No, you're not happy about your Lions' performance on Thursday.
I don't want to talk about it.
I know, that was rough.
Terrible.
I'm sorry.
52 yards away. Fielding. Good snap, clean hole. Fielding gets it up, and he hooked it. No good. And that's the end of the first half. Michigan on top of Ohio State, 14-10. Your thoughts?
That was a big stop there from Michigan, in particular because Fielding made the first one. The timeout from Sharon Moore, a good one, as Fielding misses the second. Michigan gets the ball to start the second half. They have the lead and the momentum.
But Kyle McCord doing a nice job in the second quarter to help Ohio State pull to within 4. Don't forget, after the break, join Rob Stone and the guys with the State Farm Halftime Show right here at the Big House. It's important to recognize this moment, how rare it is to witness a game of this magnitude. Two schools with a tradition, a history that knows no equal. But today is about this game, the game, for these players to rise and meet this massive moment. Intercepted! Michigan over the middle, caught! Touchdown, Wolverine! One half of football to determine their fate. To leave Ann Arbor with everything or nothing. Touchdown, Buckeyes! To write their own page in sports' greatest rivalry. The world-famous Ohio State Buckeyes and the Michigan Wolverines on Fox. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by AT&T Business. Next Level Moments need the Next Level Network. Welcome back to Ann Arbor, Michigan Stadium. We're ready for the second half. Wolverines on top of the Buckeyes, 14-10. Gus Johnson, along with my quarterback, Joel Klatt. I thought that the first half, ultra competitive. Kyle McCord made an early mistake, could have gone into the tank. He found his confidence and started leading this Ohio State team.
Yeah, the guys just referenced it in the halftime show, and they were exactly right. Kyle found a rhythm, and he was able to attack down the field, in particular to Marvin Harrison on that last series. Would have loved to got points there, but where are we? Where we've been the last 2 years, right, Gus? Competitive, rugged first halves in close ball games, and each of the last 2 years, Michigan has really run away with this thing. I can't wait to see what the Buckeyes have in store for them here in the second half. But let's take a look at the first half. Next level moments Brought to you by AT&T Business. The next level moments need the next level network. That pick was so huge from Will Johnson. Guys touched on it there in the halftime. What a great job jumping in front of that slant route of Marvin Harrison. And then it's the beautiful job up front and from the fullback, Redson, who they were able to get into the end zone. Roman Wilson, beautiful pass. J.J. McCarthy threading the needle. Roman Wilson, it stood. And Emeka Egbuka answers. It's been a series of quality drives and answers from the opposition. And now we get into this second half. And like I said, this is when Michigan in the last couple of years has really leaned on this Ohio State team.
All right, let's go downstairs to Tom Rinaldi.
Gus, thanks a lot. The echoing word being rhythm. Talking to Ryan Day, walking down the tunnel, he said we found our rhythm offensively as that second half went on. We bounced back well from the turnover. Pleased with what he's seen from Kyle McCord growing more comfortable. Defensively, especially pleased with the ability to be stout against the run, which was so important. Message to the team, win the first 5 minutes of this half and go from there. Guys?
All right, Ryan Day, one of the best coaches in college football in halftime adjustments.
Yeah, he is, and he's facing a team that has been outstanding in the third quarter. In fact, no team in college football has a better point differential than the Michigan Wolverines in this quarter. So both of these coaching staffs know what it's like to make adjustments and find success in this third quarter.
Samaj Morgan brings it back, the talented freshman from West Bloomfield, Michigan. He'll give him nice field position. Let's go downstairs and check in with Jenny Tabb.
Well, gosh, Sharon Moore said he was feeling great going into the locker room. I asked him about getting that run game going. He said we need to stay patient, stay the course. Now, with J.J. McCarthy, he said, I've loved what we've seen from our quarterback, that mobility. He has been great, made the plays we need to see from him, and he loved what Mikey Sainristil was doing out there as the captain, the tone setter. Now, Gus, it was emotional in the locker room. Guys were fired up. Everyone saying we need to play the best 30 minutes of football of our life.
We will see. Ohio State will have something to say about that. First down and 10 at the 22. Blake Corum in the game and running back. McCarthy throwing on first down. Underneath, he's got his man. It's Loveland, turns it up, and the big tight end. Colston Loveland with a 21-yard gain on first down.
Colston Loveland continues to be a matchup issue for these safeties of the Ohio State Buckeyes. They've done a great job of targeting him and getting him loose in the middle of the field, and it happens again there on first down.
Gatorade Idaho Player of the Year coming out of Gooding High School with 235 catches for over 3,000 yards and 35 touchdowns. Alex Orji comes in now at quarterback. Mullings at running back. Here's Orji. He'll run it himself. And Orji with the seam. Orji down the sideline, out of bounds at the 35. Josh Proctor pushes him out of play.
Alex Orji is one of the most talented and physically imposing Wolverines that they've got, and they wanted to get him involved in the run game. I thought early in this game, JJ was going to have to get on the edge, but why not bring in Orji? You talk about what he does in the weight room. They say pound for pound, there is not a more athletic player on this team than Alex Orji, and he gets an opportunity here, and he'll stay in the game.
He's 6'3", 236 from Texas. A 20-yard run, first down and 10. Orji again tries to slip through the hole, stays on his feet, and they'll stand him up after a 2-yard gain. Now, this is a wrinkle. Were you expecting this one, Joel?
Well, they knew that they were going to try to run the quarterback at some point. And I think the way that McCarthy's health had been in the last couple of weeks, in particular last week against Maryland, this gave them their best opportunity to do that. Alex Orji, one of the backup quarterbacks that is extremely athletic, but now on 2nd and 8, they'll go back to McCarthy.
From the 35-yard line, opening series for Michigan here in the second half. Corum spinning. And he'll slide down.
Blake Corum, the ball carrier.
He'll get 3.
You know, these ends, JT Tuimoloau, number 44, and number 33, Jack Sawyer, they have been playing the run very well with these tackles and closing down, pinching in from those end positions. The outside run is more open for Michigan than the interior run. They have had very little success running at the interior of that Ohio State defense. Look for them to get on the edge here in this second half.
2 tight ends in the game. Play fake. McCarthy sprints out of the pocket in trouble. And he throws it. Is it a catch? Roman Wilson, yes, and a first down for the Wolverines. He got his foot in bounds.
They call it a catch. Here's Roman Wilson.
I don't know. It looks like he was out of bounds.
Yeah, he definitely was out of bounds. Right when he touches that left hip is definitely on the ground. That one should be reviewed immediately.
Michigan trying to snap it quickly. Ryan Day knows that's not a catch.
The play's under further review.
Wow. Roman Wilson was trying to keep himself up, but as that ball is floating towards him, you see that hip right there. He's out. Ball is not in his hands yet. As soon as he touches it, that ball is out of bounds and it's incomplete.
And I'm interested when you look at this Michigan offense, Joel, you're not seeing any kind of vertical passing game.
Well, they've gotten some passing game going in the interior with Colston Loveland against those safeties. As Ryan Day continues to bark at the officials, he's going to get this call. It's pretty clearly an incompletion, but they have not gone on the outside. They've tried a couple of times, Gus, those double moves. But you got to give Denzel Burke, number 10, Davison Igbinosun, number 1, a lot of credit because their coverage early in this game, I think, scared Michigan away from some of those deep shots on the outside. So where's the matchup? It's on the interior. The interior with their tight end, Colston Loveland, and then probably trying to get JJ, like we just saw, on the edge and get that athleticism going.
After review, it's an incomplete pass. The player was out of bounds. It's 4th down.
4th down. And 5.
Man, that's a huge stop for Ohio State, in particular here on this opening drive of the second half. And now Michigan will stretch the leg of their kicker here with a 50-yard attempt.
James Turner, transfer from Louisville, Jake Moody's successor. Moody now with the 49ers.
Field goal from the 40-yard line.
Had a 50-yarder in the season opener against East Carolina. This one from 50. Good snap, got it away. Pure. Michigan scoring on their opening series of the second half. The biggest rivalry in the sport, 17-10, Wolverines. Ryan Day has had tremendous success at Ohio State since 2019. He has lost just 6 games and 2 in the Big Ten. Of course, those were both to Michigan. Of his 6 losses, 3 have come in the college football playoff, and all have come against ranked opponents. One of the best coaches in America, Ryan Day.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. He is sensational. They recruit at a high level. They play at a high level. And they need a big series here.
Next Saturday, this is what they're playing for today. The Big Ten Championship is on Fox with a perfect season and playoffs on the line. Either Ohio State or Michigan will take on a number 17 Iowa team, and that for either Ohio State or Michigan is not a gimme. That Iowa defense is for real. Coverage begins at 6:30 Eastern on Fox.
That team, man, I tell you, man, they are just like the little engine that could.
That game against Nebraska yesterday was unbelievable how they won it.
I guarantee Kirk Ferentz did the most Kirk Ferentz thing ever. Brings a kicker in that's never attempted a field goal to kick the winning field goal. It was amazing.
Iowa 5-1 in one-score games this year. And they won another one yesterday. 1st and 10 at the 25. McCord in trouble, and McCord goes down. Kyle McCord sacked by Mason Graham, the sophomore from Anaheim, California, loss of 3.
Well, Mason Graham is just so strong. Watch as he's working against Donovan Jackson. He's going to get the edge, and then he rips through with that left hand, and he's able to get to the quarterback and bring him down.
First sack of the game for Michigan. 2nd and 13 at the 22. McCord delivers underneath. Marvin Harrison Jr. makes the first man miss and gets out of bounds after picking up a first down. A 14-yard run for Marvin Harrison Jr.
How about this move after the catch to just stop on a dime, make Will Johnson miss, spin to his right, and then get out of bounds with the first down? That is sensational stuff.
3 catches, 82 yards for Maserati Mar. 1st and 10 at the 36. Henderson looking for that daylight. He can break one big at any time. Game's 3 that time. Braden McGregor, young man from Port Huron, Michigan, with the tackle.
Both of these defenses, the interior, have just played so well. And here's some tempo now. Had some success earlier. Let's see it here.
2nd and 7. They throw it out wide. Ibuka, first down, Buckeyes. I tell you what, I love the way Kyle McCord is playing now, Joel. He's been criticized a lot by Buckeye Nation, but he's resilient.
And easy throws. This is also his play caller, Ryan Day, giving him an opportunity to find success. A little screen route, and how about the block downfield by Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Has a 15-yard gain, 1st and 10 at the 45. McCord leading Ohio State on a last-minute drive in South Bend against Notre Dame. Chip Trainum with a last-second touchdown. Henderson puts his foot in the ground. And Travion. Nice gain of 4.
There's definitely a little bit more of a flow here. You see a couple of those easy completions after Harrison was able to spin and get the first down. Then you get a Mecca out on the outside, and now just a little daylight with that run game on first down.
2nd and 6.
Got a chance here. Harrison's not being covered by Will Johnson. Will Johnson at the top of your screen. Harrison at the bottom of your screen.
They give it to Travion Henderson. He'll plow through the line. Travion Henderson lowering his pads, gains 5. Rod Moore with the tackle. They're close to the first down.
How about that for a rugged finish from Travion Henderson? Obviously, he's got talent and he's got wiggle, but there finishes with power and brings up a short yardage situation here. Ryan Day can do anything he wants. I would suspect he would go for this on 4th down if he doesn't get it. So anything is possible here on 3rd.
3rd and 1. Henderson, first down, Buckeyes.
And that's an area that they really struggled early in the season, is getting movement by these offensive linemen. But watch Henderson, he's able to just find the space that he needs. There's the seam, and he gets down and he's able to get the line to gain. Beautiful job by that offensive line. Like I said, Gus, early in the year, they were heavily criticized, in particular in short yardage, and they have come alive, this offensive line, and been much better of late. As Henderson has gotten healthy, so has that offensive line, and there, a nice conversion on 3rd and short.
12 carries, 34 yards for Henderson. First down, Chip Trainum replaces him. Trainum, stutter step, tries to turn the corner, and does! And it looks like he has a first down. Chipper the Ripper picks up 12.
I tell you, these wide receivers, they're talented. Yes, they can go catch it. There's no doubt. But even highly recruited guys, watch Fleming here on the outside. He's working against Josh Wallace. This is the block that springs Trainum right there. Maybe gets away with a little bit of a hold on that left side, pulling that arm of Josh Wallace. But that's the block that springs Trainum for a first down.
From the Michigan 22. Stover in motion. They'll pitch it. Trainum. And Trainum getting downhill. 6-yard gain. I tell you what, this Ohio State offensive line starting to move people now.
Yeah, they are. You feel that rhythm, don't you? And the crowd slowly being taken out of this game here in the second half by this offensive line. Hinsman, Jackson, Jones, Fryer, and Simmons. They are getting it done right now. And again, those quality first down gains. That is the key to keep Kyle McCord out of obvious passing situations.
Keep your eye on number 74 in the offensive line, Donovan Jackson. They say he has a chance to be special. 5 straight runs for the Bucks. They run it 6 straight times. Trainum, and another first down for Ohio State. Hausman stops him. But the Buckeyes going old school Ohio State football. I'm sure Eddie George, if possible, is watching this and saying, yeah, I remember that.
There's no doubt. This has been a throwback, and it's gone right at the teeth of the Michigan defense. What Michigan is most proud of, their interior, those defensive linemen, and those guys are tired in their hands on their hips as the Buckeyes have driven down the field.
TreVeyon Henderson back in. First down and 10 at 11. Ohio State smelling pay dirt. Henderson takes it. Henderson, galloping Henderson, powers. Close to the Michigan goal line, a gain of 8. And the world famous moving people even more.
Boy, these Buckeyes giving Michigan a taste of their own medicine right here. Look at them downfield, getting to the second level.
They'll run it again, looking for the touchdown, and they have it. Ohio State. Smash mouth football. And the Buckeyes with a chance to level this game at 17. Michigan is saying, what happened?
Watch this. Kenneth Grant right here. He's going to swim into the wrong gap. He should be outside. He goes inside. And guess what? Henderson finds that. Now he's only got a safety in front of him. He runs right through Rod Moore, and it's a touchdown for the Buckeyes.
He caps that drive. 8 straight runs for Ohio State. Fielding looking to equalize, and we are level at 17. Ohio State all the way down the field. Physical, determined. 17 up at the big house. Back after this. Big News Saturday is sponsored by Walmart Cyber Monday Deal. Ohio State and Michigan, when they meet, it's always destined to be emotional. Here's Woody. Why did you go for 2 points with a 50-14 lead? Because I couldn't go for 3. Woody Hayes, 1968. I just got a text from Eddie George. Eddie George just texted me. He said, "You are doggone right. I'm liking the way this Buckeye team is running the football."
Well, when you said, like, if Eddie's watching, I'm like, everybody's watching.
That's right.
What are you talking about?
And we've got a game so far, 17-17. How does Michigan respond? We'll go back to break. J.J. McCarthy and the Michigan offense back on the field in a moment. We knew TreVeyon Henderson had the potential to be the X factor in this game. He scores the touchdown here.
And it was a rugged drive. You know, it wasn't those highlights that you see last week, breaking off a big run. This was short yardage, lowering his pads, getting through. Remember, he was hurt at one point in the first half, had to wrap up that ankle. Tom told us he was testing it out on the sidelines, and now you look at what they do. They come out of the locker room, and then they keep it on the ground. That rushing offense, 46 yards on that drive alone after only running for 37 yards in the first half.
How does Michigan respond? Ohio State went on that 12-play, 75-yard drive. They ate up 5:35. First and 10, Wolverines at their own 25. Corum straight ahead. He'll get to the 30.
Blake Corum, the ball carrier.
We heard all week and saw the last 2 weeks of Michigan having this package of offensive linemen, extra offensive linemen to put into the game, and haven't really seen it. They've had a sixth offensive lineman out there a couple of times. And you just wonder if Sharon Moore, you know, now in the waning moments of the third quarter, could be thinking about getting rugged with some extra offensive linemen on the field.
Second down and 5 at the 30. McCarthy underneath, caught inside, and that's Loveland again. An 11-yard gain for Colston Loveland.
Well, a nice switch release there. He started outside, and then he comes all the way inside, and then he's just going to find the zone in between the two linebackers, Steele Chambers and Tommy Eichenberg. He's been their best offensive player so far today, Colston Loveland. He's been the most consistent guy. Now 4 catches for over 50 yards.
Donovan Edwards comes in at running back. First and 10 at the 40. Loveland will take a blow. Out of the offset eye. Edwards.
Donovan Edwards, the ball carrier.
He'll get 4. Styles. Ty Hamilton.
Gus, you see this safety back there? That's Josh Proctor. That's the change this year from last year. It would have been everyone up near the line of scrimmage. That's what allowed Donovan Edwards to break off those long runs. But the reason that they changed was the second half against this Michigan team. Now they are a team that banks on limiting explosive plays.
Play fake, McCarthy with time. McCarthy dancing, rolling. He'll tuck it, cut it. Still on the move, J.J. McCarthy sliding down at the Ohio State 40-yard line. A 15-yard gain. He's got 4.4 speed when he's healthy.
Well, he's certainly healthy after a run like that. You take a look at him taking off on that right side. It's a great decision, and this is what makes him so dangerous. Every defensive coordinator I've talked to talked about his element with his legs as being the toughest to defend.
First down and 10 at the 41. Corum. He'll get one.
Ball carrier.
These guys in the middle for Ohio State, they're not messing around today, Joel.
Man, I tell you, look at these linebackers. Eichenberg, Chambers. Watch them float the ball right here and connect with Corum. They're trying to bring the tight end, but look at that. Just a wall of white jerseys and silver helmets. And Colston Loveland's going to have to come out again. You saw him spitting up some blood after that last catch. There's that wall of white of the Ohio State defense. And Loveland is now having to get off of the field and come off the field because of that blood in his mouth, and that's been one of their best matchups.
Second down and 9 at the 40. McCarthy steps into his throw over the middle, wide open target. This time is A.J. Barner still on the move. The Indiana transfer gashing the Ohio State defense for 18.
Watch Barner here because he's going to initially block out in pass protection, and it's a delay release from the tight end. They used to do this a couple of years ago really effectively with Eric All, who ended up transferring to Iowa. But Barner, the transfer from Indiana, beautiful, nice release, and it's a big first down for the Wolverines.
And Zach Zinter, their All-American right guard, is down. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. And by Allstate, you're in good hands. Welcome back. Disturbing scene on the field. Zach Zinter, their All-American right guard, came back because he wanted to be a part of this team, felt that they had unfinished business. Got his knee rolled up on, folks, and we're not going to show it to you. It's ugly. Zinter also up for the Campbell Award, which is the academic Heisman. He'll have to go to Las Vegas in December, and you can see the concern on the faces of this team. This is their leader, Zach Zinter. We're going to step away as they take a look at him. While you were away, 100,000 fans were chanting, "Let's go, Zach." The entire Michigan team, when he was put on the cart, came out and surrounded Zach Zinter. His day is done. Michigan will be without their superstar offensive lineman. They're without their head coach.
This is obviously a huge loss. Zinter is the most experienced offensive lineman that they have. 41 starts in his career here on senior day. His family was able to come down, surround him as they worked on that left leg, and now this offensive line will have to regroup. This is as close a group as you will see in college football. In particular, a guy like Trevor Keegan, 77, and Zinter, they played a lot of football together. Keegan was emotional during this break.
You can see J.J. McCarthy with Zach Zinter's parents. Also Drake Nugent.
Drake Nugent,
excuse me.
The center there.
First and 10, Michigan.
We'll see how they react here and how they can move forward after the emotional.
Trente Jones will replace him. First down and 10 to the 22. Corum dancing. Corum breaks a tackle to the end zone. Blake the Great, touchdown, Wolverines. 22 yards. James Turner for the extra point. It's good. What a game this is turning out to be. Michigan, 7 plays, 75-yard. They eat up 340, and here's a look at Blake Corum.
Well, Blake is going to get himself isolated on the safety. This is Sonny Styles. Watch here, third level move, and he just outruns him to the left. Styles takes a bit of a poor angle there towards the inside, and Corum takes off on that left side. And that's the thing that I think opponents fail to realize about Blake Corum. He's so good in the short yardage, and he's so powerful, but he has that quickness and the burst. We saw it against Penn State. We see it there again against Ohio State here, and what a huge touchdown, flashing the 6'5" for his offensive lineman, Zach Zinter, who was just carted off the field.
Second touchdown of the day for Blake Corum. His 53rd career rushing touchdown, 2 behind the 30-year-old all-time record of 55. Ryan Day knows his team's got work to do. 24-17. And this one in the end zone for a touchback.
Boy, you talking about answering the emotional bell. 100,000 strong chanting for Zach Zinter. The entire team out on the field. And the next snap, Blake Corum, who's listening to his running back coach, Mike Hart, on the sideline. Another Michigan great. Goes into the end zone, flashing the 6'5".
We talked to Jim Harbaugh yesterday. The one thing he wanted his team to focus on, resiliency. You're going to face obstacles in this game. You're going to face obstacles all season long. How do you respond? How does Ohio State respond now? Here's the pitch. Henderson tries to cut it back. And he'll cross the line of scrimmage and gain a yard. Let's go downstairs and check in with Jenny.
There has been so much emotion, as expected, Gus, from the Michigan sideline. J.J. McCarthy fired up with all of his guys. Sharon Moore saying, play your you-know-what off for him. Everything we do from now out is for Zach. Now, Colston Loveland was also spending time at one point in the medical tent. He is back available after dealing with a bloody nose.
Second down and 9 of the 26. Kyle McCord steps into his throw. Oh, incomplete. Quentin Johnson laying the wood. Emeka Egbuka couldn't hold on.
Egbuka is open right down the seam, but the throw is just floated a little bit. And watch 28, Quentin Johnson, the closing speed, hits him right in the chest. And now listen to this crowd come alive.
Third down 9 at the 26. McCord. Incomplete. And Ohio State will have to punt it away as they go 3 and out.
And it's the first time today Ohio State has been unable to match the Michigan score. They had scored field goal, touchdown previously in the game when Michigan was able to get in the end zone. But their defense holds up. Good series for those Wolverines.
Jesse Mirko will punt it from the 12. Jake Thal, the deep man, at the Michigan 34. Wolverines with a chance to get decent field position. Mirko And this one will be down at the 32, but a flag on the play.
Formation issue there for Ohio
Illegal
State.
Formation. Kicking team number 6. 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the kick. First down.
That'll give Michigan some good field position here and all the momentum in the world after that last offensive series. And this is one of those times, this coaching staff, Jesse Minter always talks about that point in the third quarter. There's going to be a moment in the third quarter where he knows a quick 3 and out is going to enable his team to go score and then quickly score again. That was that moment. He gets the 3 and out. Now I would expect Sharon Moore to get aggressive here on this series. I would expect J.J. McCarthy to take a shot.
Michigan has scored on 4 of their last 5 possessions. Donovan Edwards in the game. 1st and 10 at the 36. Edwards follows his block. Bounces it outside. Oh, and he's wrestled down from behind. What a tackle by Tommy Eichenberg. If not, Edwards had daylight in front of him.
Yeah, there's exactly right. They had big old 77 Trevor Keegan out in front. He was blocking Denzel Burke. And if Eichenberg doesn't make that tackle, Edwards is likely still running. Beautiful job by the middle linebacker, number 35, splitting through that offensive line and getting the ball carrier to the ground.
26 seconds remaining in the period. 2nd down and 5 at the 41. Edwards remains in. McCarthy, quick strike, near side. Wilson turns, and a first down, Wolverines. Josh Proctor, the safety with the tackle.
A lot of wrestling going on at the end of that. Proctor was trying to keep Roman Wilson from the line to gain, try to strip on that ball. But boy, how about the momentum shift in this building over the course of the last 3 minutes.
We head to the 4th quarter, a 7-point game. Michigan on top of Ohio State. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by AT&T Business. Next level moments need the Next Level Network. Gus Johnson, Joel Klatt, Jenny Tapp, Tom Rinaldi with you. We start the 4th quarter of the game, which is basically, folks, for all intents and purposes, the first college football playoff game of the season. The loser of this game is going to be hard to get in the playoffs. And we start the 4th quarter, Michigan up by 7.
They've been heavy run in the last 2 4th quarters the last couple of years.
1st and 10 at the 46. Edwards, they pitch it to him. Edwards wants to throw it. Wide open. He's got his man. Loveland. Inside the Ohio State 20. 34 yards.
We've seen Edwards' ability to throw the ball before. A couple of years ago in the conference championship game, a beautiful throw to Roman Wilson. Here he finds his tight end. Edwards delivers it right over the top of that defense. And Sharon Moore is being ultra aggressive. He said he was, Gus. He's now 3 for 3 on 4th down. Now pulling out all the stops, and Aiden Hutchinson loving it.
1st down and 10 at the 20. For Michigan, Blake Corum back in. McCarthy to Corum. He'll slide through the hole and pick up a couple.
Boy, now in the 4th quarter, if you're Ohio State, you got to feel like you must force a kick here. And Michigan, Ryan Day knows that, and Michigan's got to know that as well. And we already saw a little dip into the trick play bag. You got to think that something else creative might be coming here as they're inside the 20.
2nd down and 8. At the 18. Will J.J. McCarthy use his legs? They hand it off. Edwards. Not a lot. They give him 3. Jack Sawyer brings him down.
Well, here we go to third down. And third down, critical downs, I should say, for this Michigan team. You know, they have really leaned on Colston Loveland, but he's going to come out of the game. Loveland now out of the game. They'll go with A.J. Barner in there, a couple of big bodies, as they'll also bring in the fullback, Max Bredesen. He's in the game as well.
Third down 5 at the Ohio State 15. Michigan threatening. McCarthy swings it out. Morgan and dang tackling. Incredible pursuit by Ohio State to Imoloau. With the tackle, Burke with his nose in it as well, and that brings up fourth down.
Burke did a great job diagnosing that right away and just took off, did not hesitate, and got to Samaj Morgan. Morgan got no momentum moving forward, and JT Tuimoloau finished it up. Watch number 10, Burke, right away, just flies up, doesn't make the play, but allows his teammates to come and clean it up, and they'll force a field goal.
James Turner, good from 50, this one from 38, and good. 27-17, Michigan takes the points. 11:57 to play in the fourth. Buckeyes on 0 after this.
Pacific Life Game Summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. TreVeyon Henderson, a really impressive drive for Ohio State. They went down and scored in the third quarter, but Michigan answered even with the emotional injury of their leader up front, Zach Center. The very next snap, Blake Corum took it to pay dirt. He finds himself in the end zone, flashes the 6-5 for his big old offensive lineman up front. They would add a field goal, and now it's Michigan by 10.
And the Wolverines kick this one out of bounds, so Ohio State will get it at the 35. Rare mistake. Tommy Doman. Let's check in with Jenny.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team. Ball be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
All right, guys, quick injury update for Michigan. Cornerback Will Johnson is currently questionable. He has his left ankle taped up, icing from his knee to his ankle. And I've also been told, guys, just to follow Zach Center, that story, he has left the building. He's gone to U of M Hospital for further evaluation and more x-rays, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Jenny. Since Zenter's emotional departure, Michigan has outscored Ohio State 10-0. Buckeyes start from the 35-yard line. McCord handing it off to Henderson. He'll drag defenders forward and pick up 5 yards on the play. Jalen Harrell with the tackle.
Well, now Michigan without their best corner. This is when you need your out pitch. An out pitch, what's your best? And it needs to be right now, and that's Marvin Harrison Jr.
Mike Sainristil looks like he's guarding him. Henderson to the sideline. First down, Buckeyes.
They've been able to run it. They were able to run it down the field in the third quarter and score a touchdown. They feel like they can do that. That's all well and good. But at some point, Marvin Harrison's going to need to get targeted. Only one target there in the third quarter. Henderson has done his job. Now it's on Harrison to win on the outside. At some point, they're going to give a big, heavy play action into the backfield to Henderson and try to hit Harrison Jr. over the top.
First down at the 47. Henderson, the pistol back. Play fake. McCord winds up, sideline, back shoulder, puts the biscuit in the basket for Julian Fleming. Kyle McCord, what a throw, 28-yard gain.
It was a beautiful throw. And how about the adjustment from Fleming, who's made a couple of beautiful catches, both along the sideline. Fleming working against Rod Moore, goes back and is able to bring it in and get the foot down. Beautiful throw from McCord, and a nice rhythm here on this series for the Buckeyes.
Ohio State getting down the field quickly. First and 10 at the 25. McCord, unflappable since the early interception. They pitch it. No, McCord tried to dump it. That one's deflected. I believe it was Derek Moore getting a hand on it, number 8.
Yeah, even though McCord tried to dip down and kind of throw that sidearm like a middle infielder, Derek Moore was able to get his hand on it and bat that away. Henderson had some room over there on that right side. See the defenders, they were all tracking deep. If Henderson can get that ball, he might get a first down and maybe more. And Derek Moore is able to bat it down.
2nd down and 10 at the 25. Henderson.
Travion Henderson, the ball carrier.
He'll get 2. Derek Moore stops him.
I mean, you would take a field goal here because you're going to need it anyways. But, boy, you want to put this ball in the end zone. This is a huge play here. Let's watch for a stunt or a blitz from this Michigan defense, this pass rush, which is very good on 3rd down. Ohio State's got to protect McCord, and he's got to make a great decision.
3rd down and 8 at the 23. Johnson lines up with McCord. McCord to Johnson. Big opening and a first down for the Buckeyes. Great call by Ryan Day. He'll gain 9 on 3rd and 8.
And did you see that shift? He started outside, and then Johnson ends up coming inside, and he switches with Travion Henderson. Big seam in the middle of that defense. And how many times in big plays do we see Ohio State and Ryan Day go to Xavier Johnson? We saw it last year in the Georgia game. We've seen it time and time again this year, and that's a big 3rd down conversion.
First down to the Michigan 14 for the Buckeyes. Travion Henderson back in the game. Henderson looking. Chops his feet. Gets to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Kenneth Grant, all 6'3", 339 pounds, meets him.
I'll tell you what's so hard to do is run on these edges for Michigan. Watch Josiah Stewart, number 5. He's going to close down the edge. It doesn't allow you to get any seams on the interior. And that they call it the run box. And those edge defenders, they want to cram everything down into the run box and allow those tackles and linebackers to make plays.
2nd down and 10 at the 14. 8-13 and counting. McCord will let it fly over the middle. Caught. Harrison. Touchdown. Maserati Marvin Harrison Jr. with the 14-yard score. And just like that, Ohio State marches it right down the field and scores.
What a beautiful job from Harrison and McCord. Watch as they're going to just drag him across the middle. McCord looks right. He gets that linebacker out with Henderson, and then Harrison's wide open. Dumps it down. That's an easy completion, and Harrison does the rest. Beautiful series.
Fielding for the extra point. And it's good. 8:05 to play in the 4th. 3-point game. Michigan on top of the Buckeyes, but Marvin Harrison Jr., he may just be getting started. 3-point game. Back after this. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. The last time Michigan won 3 in a row over these Ohio State Buckeyes, they won the national championship in 1997, 27-24. Wolverines leading Ohio State, but Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown as the Buckeyes go on an 8-play, 65-yard drive, eating up 3 minutes and 42 seconds. And partner, it has all come down to this.
It's not just the division championship or a berth in the championship game in the Big Ten or the playoff. It's also legacies. In this game, as a team, a player, or a coach, your legacy is on the line in the last 8 minutes.
College football on Fox continues next with the battle for the Apple Cup as Washington State faces number 4 Washington, followed by Iowa State and 19th ranked K-State, all right here on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
And Gus, we may never get to see a matchup like this with the changing landscape of college football. The Big Ten moving towards a no-division format with a 12-team college football playoff. We might not get a game like this on Thanksgiving weekend between these great rivals with this much on the line right now in the fourth quarter.
First down and 10 to the 25. McCarthy guns it. Sideline caught at the 30. Cornelius Johnson in front of Denzel Burke, a gain of 6.
Every play call will be analyzed for the entirety of the year. Every play made will turn you into a legend at each respective school. Sharon Moore acting as the head coach in Jim Harbaugh's absence, trying to remain calm as a play caller, and he's done that. Michigan has scored on 5 of their last 6 drives.
Second down and 4th to 31. Play clock at 3. McCarthy gets it away. Corum. Not a lot. Tyleik Williams, first man to him. A 2-yard gain.
Well, this is not a spot where you would go for it on 4th. So this is a great opportunity if you're Ohio State. And Michigan, it's likely a play where J.J. McCarthy's going to have a choice, an option, whether he's going to keep the ball in the run game or even make a decision in the pass game. And remember where Colston Loveland in. He's been their guy.
Third down and 2 at the 33. McCarthy guns it. Caught. First down, Wolverines. Wow. Cornelius Johnson with the catch. McCarthy putting that one in a shoebox.
I tell you, watch the physicality here of Cornelius Johnson. Might get away with it, absolutely. That should have been an OPI right there. He goes in, pushes off of Jordan Hancock, who also makes a lot of contact. They let him play through it, and he turns and makes the catch for the first down.
Clock still running. 6:12 to go. First down, Wolverines. They'll take their time with a 3-point lead. The winner of this game will advance to the Big Ten championship and potentially the college football playoffs. On the ground, pounding forward. Corum. He'll get 6. Ohio State with 3 timeouts. Michigan with 3 timeouts.
And all year, this Ohio State defense, they have remained patient and kept the top on the defense, a safety back to limit the explosive plays. And you just wonder now, inside of 5.5 minutes here with a 3-point deficit, does Ohio State and Jim Knowles have to get aggressive like they did a year ago? And that's when Michigan popped those big runs for touchdowns, which cemented the Wolverine victory.
Kalel Mullings and Donovan Edwards, both in the game, in the backfield. And they'll give it to Edwards. And Edwards will spin forward and pick up a first down as he gets close to midfield. Five minutes to play in the fourth.
Great push by this offensive line. Look at these big guys up front, moving the line of scrimmage. You get Donovan Edwards, Kalel Mullins with a terrific block at the second level, and then the tough finish from Donovan Edwards. And this Michigan run game is feeling it here. They've got the rhythm up front, even without Zach Zinter. They moved Carson Barnhart, 52, down to right guard. Trente Jones, 53, has come in at right tackle, and they have not missed a beat.
First down and 10 at the 48. Corum, the pistol. Corum. And he'll get inside Ohio State territory. A 4-yard gain. Williams with the tackle.
Boy, and just eating up so much time. And look at the patience for Michigan, just walking back to the huddle, and you can just sense the strain on the opposite sideline from Ryan Day, trying to urge his defense into a stop. And again, when does Jim Knowles, the defensive coordinator, feel like he needs to get aggressive and shoot his shot to try to get a stop?
Michigan started this drive with 8 minutes and 5 seconds remaining on the clock. Now 3:50 and counting. 2nd and 6. McCarthy rolls, looks, Across his body, caught. Wow, what a dangerous pass. Cornelius Johnson had to lay out to make the catch.
I cannot believe he made that throw. Jim Harbaugh told us earlier in the season that there are times when J.J. McCarthy is running outside of the pocket, and that Jim, when he's on the sidelines, will be saying, throw it away, or run, and then he makes a wild throw across his body. Jim almost pulls his hair out, and then all of a sudden it's successful, and he goes, good job. And I can just assume that he's sitting at home doing the same right now.
3rd down and 1. Corum. He'll get it, and a first down, Michigan.
And not only do they get that completed pass to keep the clock rolling, now they get the first down, and now Ohio State is going to have to start thinking about taking all those timeouts. They've got 3 of them left. This short yardage, the push. Look at that push from the interior of that Michigan offensive line. Man, they are so good in that situation. And now McCord and Harrison, who had established a rhythm on the last offensive series, have got to be wondering whether they'll even see the ball again here in this game.
First down at the 39-yard line of Ohio State for the Wolverines. A lot of huffing and puffing for the Ohio State defense. Corum again outside. Corum looking for the first down, stays in bounds, picks it up, and gains 13. Michigan starting to smell it now. Indianapolis, well, the Iowa Hawkeyes await. Timeout on the field. Called by the Buckeyes. 3-point game late in the 4th. Welcome back to Ann Arbor. 2:07 remaining in the 4th quarter. Michigan leading Ohio State 27-24. This is the 10th play of the drive coming up, which started at the Michigan 25. They've eaten up 6 minutes. Corum on first down on his birthday. Timeout Ohio State. Blake Corum turned 23 today. What a birthday present a win would be. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Wendy's. Celebrate game day with Wendy's new Pretzel Baconator. Time permitting, don't forget to join Rob Stone and the guys for the BMW Ultimate Update. And it's real simple from here. Joel Klatt.
That's right. A first down ends it. If Corum on the run can pop and get the first down, he should go down. They could take a knee and win the ball game.
2nd down and 8 at the 23. Corum. And he will not get the first down.
And they'll take a timeout here, which means that with no timeouts left, Ohio State could get the ball back with a 3rd down stop. Michigan would kick a field goal and get the ball right about 110, 105. And clock continues to run. And that would leave just over a minute for Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyle McCord in what would be a 6-point game. But they have to get a stop here. 3rd down, Gus, for the game right now.
Play clock at 9. Michigan with 3 timeouts. They'll let it wind down and take a timeout.
Well, it's been a story of a couple of plays here or there. Let's take a look at some of these key plays from today's game. Roman Wilson hangs on to this one. It would stand up in review. Ohio State thought that they had an interception. It stands, touchdown. And at the end of the half, Ryan Day played safe, went for a field goal. Fielding after a timeout, kicked the first one through, then missed. And Ohio State came away with no points after a really nice series at the end of the 2nd quarter. And that's the difference in the game as we stand here. And now on 3rd and 6, this Ohio State team has to get a stop. They've got to do whatever necessary to get a stop. I would assume that it's going to be a run play. Although you would think that if they want to throw it, JJ would be out on the edge, and he would have the opportunity to run or pass, and that would be his decision only if he's got an open receiver. But again, you don't have to score a touchdown. If they get the first down and go down, the ball game is over.
3rd down and 6 at the Ohio State 21 for the Wolverines. Blake Corum in the backfield. Corum running it, trying to jump cut. He will not pick up the first as he goes down. Michael Hall Jr. with the tackle. A 2-yard gain brings up 4th and 4. Timeout, Ohio State.
Man, what a good stop by that defense. And now Michigan has a chance to put up another 3, force Ohio State to have to go score a touchdown. Remember, Kyle McCord has led a game-winning drive late on the road against a top 10 opponent this season. He did it against Notre Dame. That was a terrific drive in which he found Emeka Egbuka a couple of different times. And he's just looking to get the ball back. And it looks like Michigan's going to stay on the field offensively here, Gus.
You don't take the points?
I would take the points and force them into a touchdown scenario. What you don't want to do is allow them to have an opportunity to tie the game with a short field and only a minute left. Remember, there's no timeouts. What you want is for them to drive the entirety of the field. I would be kicking this field goal.
Maybe they're trying to draw him offside. 4th and 4. Michigan going for it. Ohio State not biting.
Good discipline up front. They had to know that that was suspect, just as I would consider that suspect. I would take the points again with no timeouts and only a minute 10. You want to force them to go the entire distance of the field in order to win this game.
So now Michigan will bring on James Turner. And James Turner has been perfect today, good from 50 and good from 38 yards.
Now, what I would do if I was the special teams coach, Jay Harbaugh for Michigan, is I would use a hard cadence on this field goal. You've got a sense that Ohio State will be selling out, going for broke to try to block this thing. And if you can get them to jump, you can end the game with a jump and an offsides right here. So maybe a delayed snap after the clap. You've got to be working on that at all times during the course of the year. Just some sort of change in tempo to the snap in the special teams.
Tommy Doman, the holder, from 37 yards away for James Turner. Clean snap, good hold, got it away, and good. 30-24. Michigan with 1:05 to play. Ohio State will get it again with no timeouts. Down by 6.
What an amazing game this has been. Ohio State trailed 14-10 with a minute 26 left at Notre Dame. They went 15 plays, 65 yards, and put it in the end zone. They had a timeout in that situation. You see McCord, who has answered the bell. Gus, just as you have pointed out, early he was not very sharp, 4 of 10 with a pick. Since he's been very good, 12 of 16, a couple of touchdowns, and they've had a little bit of a rhythm throwing the football. But this will be an obvious passing situation against what has become the best pass rush in college football over the second half of the season.
Tommy Doman, the last time he kicked off, he kicked it out of bounds, and Ohio State got it at the 35. Doman lays into this one. Xavier Johnson inside the 5. And he'll get close to the 20. With a minute to go. Wavan with the tackle on special teams. Kyle McCord, he's done it before in South Bend against Notre Dame. Leading the Buckeyes on a last-minute drive, capped off by a last-second touchdown. He started the game shaky, but since then has been solid.
18 has to be double covered at all times. A safety over the top, and if you're a Michigan defensive back, nobody gets behind you.
First down and 10 at the 19 for the Buckeyes. McCord dropping. Underneath, caught, Stover, lost it, and that is an incomplete pass.
With no timeouts, you really don't want to complete the ball short of the first down marker. Every throw on this series really needs to be either past the chains, the line to gain 10 yards, or outside of the numbers.
They gotta go to Marvin Harrison. Even if he's double covered, give him a chance to make a play. He's the best player on the field. Second and 10 at the 19. McCord looking over the middle, caught at the 40. A 22-yard gain for Marvin Harrison Jr. And a first down.
He didn't get out of bounds, so this clock is going to start once they set the chains here and spot the ball. They need to go quickly.
From the 41. McCord looks, guns it, underneath, caught. Oh, dropped by Fleming, picked up by Ibuka, and that's an incomplete pass.
I think they're calling that a catch and a fumble. The officials are spotting it at the line where Emeka Ibuka recovered that ball.
And they will take a look at this one. But just like that, in 2 plays, Ohio State could be at the 40. Look at Kyle McCord.
Was started with that beautiful corner
on the
route.
Field was a completed pass followed by a fumble and a recovery. The play's under further review.
This is a huge call.
Here's Fleming at the top of your screen, number 4. He's going to work the in cut, okay? So he breaks inside. Ball is on target, and you see right there, is there enough element of time there? There was a couple of steps. He clearly controlled it. So there's the control. There's 1, 2, and it looks like he's trying to move that ball and look ahead. That is going to be an awfully close call. Remember earlier, the precedent of this replay booth, they stood with that touchdown with Roman Wilson in a similar kind of a sequence, Gus.
What do you think? What's your opinion?
Judging by what they have done today, I think in real speed, they're going to stay with the call on the field.
And the call on the field is a reception followed by a fumble. Ohio State football. Dean Blandino is with us. What's your opinion, Dean, on this play?
To me, control. He takes 2 steps. He's almost getting a third down. They ruled it a catch on the field. And as we've seen today, they've stayed with those rulings on the field. When it's close, you've got control. He takes a right step, left, and then he's almost getting a third down. Again, they ruled it a catch fumble. To me, I would let this stand.
Boy, these have been so close today. Every review has been just on the border, Gus, and that's why we've had so many of these that have gone in the stands variety. And how fortunate for Ohio State that Emeka Ibuka was right there to recover the ball.
Emeka Ibuka missed 3 games due to a lower body injury suffered against Maryland, and in early October has been back for the 3 November games.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
So here we go, folks. Ohio State in striking distance.
They've got to be ready to snap the ball, because as soon as the officials are ready to go, they're going to wind this clock. 34 seconds. You cannot take a sack if you're Kyle McCord. You can't throw it short of the first down marker. It's got to go outside or past the chains. Watch for those deep in routes, or even as they did against Notre Dame, the seams. Emeka Ibuka right down the middle of the field.
Marvin Harrison, the wide receiver at the top of your screen. McCord looks, fires, intercepted. Radford, and Michigan will win the game and head to the Big Ten championship. pressure on Kyle McCord by this Michigan defense.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, Michigan player 32 removing his helmet, 15-yard penalty. First step Michigan, the ruling on the field is an interception.
Rod Moore.
The pressure is from Jalen Harrell. Here's the end, the outside linebacker. Watch him come inside, a little stunt like I've talked about all day. He gets home. McCord cannot get enough on that ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. You see his arm is hit as he lets go. And there's the interception. A play on a drive like that, either side will live forever. And Rod Moore makes it and seals a victory for Michigan for the third straight win in this series. What a rush from Harrell, and a great play from Rod Moore.
The second interception of the game for Kyle McCord, and J.J. McCarthy says that is what I'm talking about. A different story for Marvin Harrison Jr. One more look. Did he catch it? Yes, he did.
Had to get the ball past the first down marker because of the clock situation with no timeouts. And that's what allowed that rush to finally get home. We haven't seen a lot of pressure here in the last couple of series, but Michigan finally able to produce some pressure, and then Rod Moore just jumps it.
After review, the ruling of an interception is confirmed. First down, Michigan.
The Michigan Wolverines, who have battled adversity from the beginning of the season with their head coach being suspended twice. Ryan Day will lose his third straight game to the Wolverines. Jim Harbaugh, watching this game at his house, will coach next week in the Big Ten Championship game in Indianapolis. The Cardi boys, with their second forced turnover of the game, and young Sharon Moore, 37 years old, keeps a clean sheet, along with Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator. Victory formation for the Wolverines. And that'll do it. Michigan defeats Ohio State 30-24 to remain undefeated and head to the Big Ten Championship. Let's go downstairs to Jenny Tabb.
Oh my gosh, Coach, let me be the first to say you just won the game. Take it in and describe the emotion of this moment for you and your team.
I mean, look at it. This is what it is. Michigan University, we love you. The fans, the players, man, this is all about the players. Coach Harbaugh, we got your back, baby. We love you. That was for you, baby.
There was so much that went into this. Your aggressiveness in terms of what we saw on offense. On defense, that huge play from Rod Moore. Just take me into the fight from today and your guys.
I mean, it's all the players. They just played their hearts out. I mean, look at this. This is what it's all about. So we're just happy. I'm happy to be here. Blast, Coach. Can't wait to get you back. This is super exciting.
Enjoy it. Congratulations. I'm going to send it over to Tom Rinaldi.
Jenny, thank you very much. Being serenaded right now, Blake Corum. Blake, we just talked a moment ago. You played barely a series in this game a year ago. It was a driving force for you coming back to Michigan. What does the moment mean?
It means everything to me. You know, my guys, we all came back for each other. You know, we did it today. You know, this is what we came back for. Games like this in the big house when your back's against the wall and people think you can't do it. People, you know, calling you all types of names, but we stand strong and we stood together as one, and we came back victorious.
Your offensive line leader, Zach Zinter, goes down. You guys respond emotionally right away. What did that mean?
You know, that's one of the guys that came back as well. You know, so when I scored, I threw up the 6-5 for him. We said we were going to do it for him, and we did it. You know, Zach Hillwell, you know, I know you'll be back stronger than ever.
The motto has been Michigan against everybody. What's the message from Blake Corum and Blue Nation to everybody?
You know, it's Michigan versus everybody. If you're not with us, you're against us, but the job's not finished. We got a lot to finish. We got a lot to work on the next week.
Great game, great win, Blake. Appreciate the time. Jenny.
All right, Tom, thank you. JJ, we found this guy, all smiles as they chant his name. JJ, how would you describe the end of this game and what you saw from your teammate Rod Moore to finish it?
I mean, Rod's my twin. I absolutely love that guy, but it's going to be our defense that helps us win games, and they're the best defense in the country, but I just love my guys so much. That's the thing about this team. We love each other. We play for each other, and it's a special, special group.
I know how much this game meant to you personally, wanting to continue to beat the Buckeyes. How did you feel physically, and how were you able to finish it today?
Felt amazing physically, mentally, spiritually, and just so happy to get it done with the boys. It's nothing better, but so much respect to Ohio State. They're a great group of guys, great team, and they played their hearts out.
We'll see you at the Big Ten Championship game. Go enjoy this, JJ. Gus?
All right, Jenny. Michigan winning their third straight game against Ohio State, advancing to the Big Ten title game next Saturday versus the Iowa Hawkeyes. Joel, your final thoughts.
This was billed as maybe one of the great Ohio State and Michigan matchups that we would ever see. And who knows if we're ever going to see it with the stakes that we just saw. And it did not disappoint. Plays made on both sides. This Michigan team, I tell you what, there is a resilience and a heart on this team that is unmatched. And they found a way and made the plays when they needed to make the plays.
Blake Corum, 2 rushing touchdowns on his 23rd birthday. He sets the Michigan single-season touchdown mark. Michigan forcing 2 turnovers. And the Wolverines win it 30-24. The final, Iowa next in Naptown. For Tom Rinaldi, Jenny Tabb, Joel Klatt, I'm Gus Johnson saying so long from Ann Arbor. And we'll have more with the studio guys after this.